balls on the face.
Pop balls on the face. Pop, 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 pop.
Yeah. Put it up in there. That makes no goddamn... Man, people, we were just talking, getting everything ready. I'm like, hey, is everyone ready? He's like, yeah. Balls on the face.
And the pop, pop. You gotta slap him.
I just enjoy that you were so hyped about the balls being in the face. But no, people, we are here. We are doing the Unnecessary Gaming Show. Usually today it's a chat tag day where we just, like, you know, talk about movies and trailers and all that shit, random news. But, man, E3 took over this fucking week, man. Not anybody, not even any kind of genre of entertainment at all. Everyone just gave up and said, I don't give a fuck. Y'all gamers can have it. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. It's going to be kind of a long show. Going to be tons of fucking video game talk and arguing back and forth. But before I continue, you guys heard enough of my voice already. Alan, how's it going, sir?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Oh,
those balls in your face. So they pop, pop.
Shut the fuck up.
Like, by the way, too, like, and you say like balls in your face, like your own balls. Like, are your balls draggy enough that they flip right back up into the face?
Yeah, they are.
Oh,
actually, I forgot. I didn't mean to ask
We've
that.
had this conversation on the show. My balls hang low and they wobble to the floor. And I can't tie them to a bow.
At a certain point, dude, you gotta like go to like, I don't know, a doctor and get that shit like undone or something. Like, I don't know. I'm not saying get neutered or something, but I just something is that's gonna be an issue.
I mean, if I keep sitting on the motherfuckers, I'll eventually do it myself.
Jed, how's it going with this talk of balls in the face and all this weird shit happening?
Kill me!
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, that's usually my fault whenever Jet speaks. So yeah, I'm with her on this one.
Why do you
I mean, straight uterus to the face don't sound the same. I mean, it just have the same taste.
Can you still go papa?
No, you can't. It's eternal.
So really quick, why, Alan? You start off instantly just already mad, like just, oh god, Jet, oh, you're talking again. Where's your problem? Why do you hate her so much? What, me and Ganja? We're just the Chuckle Brothers. We're not part of the Chuckle Sister over there. Yeah, she's by her lonesome in the Chuckle Sisters.
Yeah, but usually Jet tortures me.
Yeah, I think you torture yourself.
No, Jet actively goes out of her way to make my life miserable.
Oh my god. Anyways, here's the thing though. I will say
Not all the time.
Actually, now I'm thinking about it though, like he talks so often that it enables you to respond to him, and that's basically all the fucking time. So yeah.
Shut the hell up.
I'm sorry. Anyways, I love the shirt again. Do you have like copies of that shirt, by the way?
I got a new one.
Yeah, really? Damn, you should actually tell me like where to get it so I can wear the same shirt whenever I get on camera.
I don't think anyone would know. Yeah, exactly.
I too look to wish to look like a mall fountain.
Yeah, no. At first I didn't know what you were talking about, but mall fountain, now it does make sense. I'm just, it took me a minute to kind of put it all together.
You ever gone to the fucking mall, Alan? Just look at the bottom of the pool and those little fountains? That's you right now, just undercover, preparing for your DLC package for the next Modern Warfare game.
Oh, no. You can say that kind of comment from me. Chris Lowry saying, did someone say balls? Capital B with the balls. Yeah, he said he met Ganja last October. Dude was chill as fuck. Do you remember Chris Lowry, by the way?
Yeah, we hung out. We smoked probably a little bit. And we know we turned up a little bit.
By the way, I like how that's basically anybody in the entire world.
Yeah,
by the way,
he doesn't remember. He says that for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. He says, is this live or pre-recorded? Nope, live because we just brought you up, actually.
Yeah.
I like doing live stuff just because.
We can prove it's live. Fuck.
And there we go. Ruthless. Jet just loves by hating you. Jet loves us all. I don't think that's the case. I think Jet hates most people. I don't think she's that lovable, but I don't know. Jet, can you confirm this?
I don't think about that many people.
Exactly.
But remember, if she smiles at you, she likes you.
Yeah. Aw.
And you definitely have a shot.
You know that particular person's gonna be watching this, and he's just gonna be like, "Hey,
Look,
listen, bro, fucking." Meh.
Oh well, now you just fucking put it out there.
Yeah,
they could have skidded a little bit, not anymore.
The thing is, everyone already knows because that particular person
Do they
talks
know?
about that with everybody. No, because that's the thing. He goes to every person. It's like, this girl was like, she said, you know, here's your change, sir, and she wants to fuck me, bro. Like, you know, like, I don't know. It's crazy. But if you're watching, you're going to hate us a lot today, guy that starts with a J. And sorry if I pissed you off by doing so. But, yeah, I wouldn't recommend you actually watch this. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. So, with that
I
said,
don't know
though.
what you're talking about.
The JH66, I'll say that, or 66, whatever
Holy
the fuck it is.
Jesus 666?
Julian, goddammit.
Yeah, I was about to say, sure you be blind and deaf.
I was trying to be as nice as I could, but like, no, it's gonna take.
You
too
literally
long to
just said it. You might as well have said it was Julian when you go, dude, bro. Like that's the Julian voice.
There's a couple of people here that made.
Ooh.
I don't know. CJ Grayson has never been inside the after hours talking to him. I don't think. Has he or no?
Yeah, but he's heard about it.
See,
Has
you
he
don't
ever
know what
been?
the fuck.
He does. CJ, you're in the chat, man. Do you know who Julian is?
Yeah, he's gonna come in. Yeah, I know that piece of shit.
I've heard
That
him on the show or
motherfucker owes me
something.
money for sleeping on my couch.
Oh man, but anyways, we're gonna talk about video games now. It's gonna be a long fucking show, so that's the only reason why I'm gonna rush this particular part into getting into this stuff. First of all, Mr. Shagazine, I usually talk shit about you with Ubisoft, and I don't like this stuff at all. But goddamn, that Watch Dogs gameplay, so
Woo!
goddamn good.
Yo, because
Oh.
remember we literally had this conversation. Like I think I want to say like a week prior, and you're like, you get to play as any NPC, and you were talking shit, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck that actually means. What does it mean you get to play as any NPC? And that's the first thing they kind of showed us. And for anyone that I know, most people probably didn't play because it was on the Wii U, and then when it got ported, I don't think anyone cared. But there's this game called Zombie U, and what
Oh,
it was
yeah.
is it had a permadeath system. So when you died, you get to play a different main character. And I feel like they're doing something similar to that, which is kind of cool because you have a permadeath system. I don't know if it's for every character. That'd be kind of ridiculous if it was. But yeah, if you die, you get to play as a different NPC. And it seems like most of them are voiced, which is something that's kind of crazy to me because I'm like, there are a lot of people in here. How are you going to have them all voiced? What's the campaign? What's the story? What they
Okay.
showed us was great. But I'm
So-
just curious, what's the narrative here?
I wonder if they're going to do something similar to what State of Decay did. And there's kind of a joke now in the State of Decay community where they're calling this fucking Watchdog of Decay.
Watch Dogs
Because,
of Decay.
because basically that's the same fucking gameplay system that you do in that system. So one of the things though that I'm hoping they kind of solve the problem is like State of Decay, I love the fucking game, but one of the main problems of having the different like characters to play, you get like the most minuscule background story, and the characters that do have the most story, you just try to keep them on your staff for as long as possible that you don't care about anybody else or play everybody else. So they got to really find a way to make that formula work in order for people to actually care about the main storyline. Because if it's just you just getting fucking voicemails from some guy and going to point A to point B, it's gonna get tedious. Because that's the same thing that happened with Zombie U. Because I remember seeing a lot of gameplay
Yeah.
of that, and that was people's biggest complaint.
Well,
Yeah.
Zombie U was interesting because it was one of the few games I could think of that you're not the chosen one. Some dude's just basically like, hey, I need your help because I'm stuck here. Can you help me out? I'm like, okay, cool. I can kind of roll with that. I'll say State of Decay is a better comparison because I just kind of thought all the character models looked ugly, so I just keep killing them off till I got one that wasn't ugly.
Yeah, I mean,
That never had worked.
No, but yeah, so I didn't play State of Decay. I know you guys played the fuck out of that, so I don't know. And then Zombie U as well. I played some of it, but I just forgot about the permadeath situation.
Yeah.
The thing is, here is you're talking about the voice acting of this all. I think that there's going to be lots of dialogue choices from a huge amount of people, but then at the same time, I think that the developers probably went in there and just changed the pitching for everything. I think they did the same thing for Saints Row as well. I don't know if you remember this, but like you got to change the tone of your voice so much that it actually sounded like a completely made up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a made-up actor that you created with your sliders. I don't know if it's gonna be that basic, but the thing that does look kind of basic to me is just the fact that like, I mean, and granted we didn't see a ton of gameplay or anything, but it's just like it seems very lacking of story. And I know that like I'm basing this off of no information, but like what we saw in that trailer was just like, hey, look at you can play as an old lady Helen who uses a tool to fuck somebody up, and it's like you and I were talking about this recently, Alan, about characters that have like that character on Star Wars and the little boy on God of War. Like, I don't want this thing where it's like, oh, isn't this a cool tool that Helen has, a little robot and it can shock people? It's like, dude, I've seen that happen so often with all these games that's coming out in the last fucking like 10 years. That's not a big deal to me anymore. And just because it's like, oh, the shocking factor of an old woman that has a gun, holy shit. It's not
less shocking and more funny. I get what you're getting at, but like again, Watch Dogs 2 and even Watch Dogs 1, they had a lot of the mechanics is you have a drone that lets you do stuff because the whole thing is you're a hacker, you're a hacktivist, and in Watch Dogs 2 more so than anything else, you had the drones. I personally liked the one with wheels because it was harder to see, and you move through. It's like I'd find a corner and I would go through and I would do the hacking stuff, and it seems like they're going to continue that as part of your base mechanic. But one of the things I did like about it is like all the characters seemed different enough and had different personalities. So it's like I'm just really curious. 100%. I want to know what the story is because I think that's the selling point for me. Because Watch Dogs 2 has a good story for the first half. There's a point where it gets halfway where the plot twist happens, and the story just kind of falls apart after that. And I hope that doesn't happen here. But I do like the emphasis on melee combat. I think the melee combat looks really, really good. I don't like the amount of guns because Britain is almost infamous for not having a lot of weaponry. I went and contacted a friend of mine that lives in Britain, and he's like, hey, is this too crazy? He's like, no, military police have guns and all that stuff. So it does fit within the realms of possibility. I just was hoping that they do less weaponry because it's about hacking, right? Why am I like a dual-wielding pistols in a hallway, John Wick style? Like,
Yeah,
I
and
don't
even that right there, I just showed like, and the reason why I kind of interrupted by going like, oh, whatever the fuck, and I'm gonna ask Jet what her opinion is on this too, but like, their heads are already like this person got in this like chokehold little animation
Yeah.
here, and dude, like this looks bad. Like, look how her head is like stuck inside, like it's already glitching, like in his fucking in the side
It
of his
looked like he actually
torso.
just ripped the head off the fucking neck.
Well,
Yeah.
it's one of those things where it's like I didn't actually notice this. So I saw the chat when Helen, the old lady, vaults over, and it looks awful because
Mhm.
she's fucking 70. It seems like what it is depending on the character model, they're gonna have different animations. Because when you saw the black chick that was basically again going in John Wick style, her combo was very different than the other people that were doing it because she probably has a bit more of a background. I think she was the
Well,
spy.
not only that, they have no. The spy is some guy from MI15 that
Oh, yeah,
switched
yeah.
over, and he's apparently once you get like some characters that are actually superpowered to a certain degree. So it's like I said, it's definitely State of Decay-esque, where if you actually get to recruit somebody that's a person well known in certain fields, they become overpowered, but they can't do other things. So he's probably weaker in hacking, but he knows how to survive in the field, use guns, do a lot of kung fu bullshit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably what I'm saying. But it's like that's
You'll,
little things. Like yeah,
you'll
that
probably
enemy
get somebody that's like a fucking like a wild card, like he's a plumber, and you get like maybe a few times where that comes in handy.
that'd be
Yeah.
hilarious. Shit, we need somebody to get the plum. But like, I hope it works because like Watch Dogs 2, like there's so many good ideas. It just felt like they didn't really know how to keep the momentum up. And I'm like, okay, Watch Dogs Legions, like you guys had a couple years. You're taking a lot of stuff from Watch Dogs 2. You're adding a completely new feature that I'm really curious to see what you're gonna do. Make it work. I hope it works because I feel like the Watch Dogs series could be amazing, but I always feel like it's all right, like middle of the road. I'm like, I know you guys could be amazing, so please be amazing.
Yeah, but Jay, I'm gonna ask you really quick, and that's why I was originally gonna see what your opinion was, because I know Alan loves this shit no matter what, and sometimes I feel the same for some of these, especially Watch Dogs, more so than Assassin's Creed. Good God. But what did you feel about this? Because I still actually have no idea what you thought.
Listen, I'm playing the whole fucking game as a fucking assassin grandma. You can't change my fucking mind.
Are you sure that this isn't gonna get old? Wow, get old, pun intended. No.
Whoa.
You're not gonna get sick of playing the same character. Like, I mean, that
Well, I
the
mean, I'll
novelty
play
of
as
that.
another grandma.
That novelty runs out quick. Like, another thing too, and I remember like
I
we're
mean,
all.
you play as white men all the time in these fucking games. Let me play as the fucking grandma.
By the way, why can't we play as a fat person? I didn't see no fat people. I feel
Not yet.
I feel under fucking represented in this.
Hey,
goddamn
there are
game.
like there are like hundreds of NPCs. I'm sure there'll be a fat motherfucker there too.
That's one of the things that they love. I think Watchdog is going to take a cue from Saints Row, like to quote Julian, constantly yelling out Saints Row for some reason on the Facebook.
He just
chat.
won't shut up about Saints Row, and I
But
disagree
this is
with that.
something very Saints Row-esque where they could take some little inspiration and have some real wild card characters, like I mentioned earlier, that are normal people, but they can't really do the extravagant stuff. But for example, maybe the older person could just take a tour of the facility on a tour group and just sneak off and do some spy shit, and no one notices because
That would be
old lady.
amazing, actually.
Yeah. Jed, did you ever play any other Watch Dogs games before this? By the way.
Nope, they didn't really interest me.
Okay, so I mean, really, just so Helen is pretty much the main reason why you're interested in this, or
Yeah, just give me different characters to fucking play
I mean,
as.
the story is fucking bare minimum. I don't blame her.
see, I don't think it's bare minimum. I think it's almost it needs to be bare minimum. That's the thing I didn't like about the other ones. I mean, granted, like now I'm saying that's a bad thing for this, and I'm just trying to be fair in that sense. Honestly, I don't really give a fuck about stories in my games. I just want to play. But like the other ones almost had too much, where it's like I had to do a whole mission where I'm like slowly walking around a group of people and like, hey, I need to make sure to see what this fucking person's up to because of this government affiliation. And I'm like, dude, I don't care. Like, shoot something. You know what I mean? Like, it was annoying. And the thing is too is like, okay, you're saying, well, yeah, they never have old ladies in games or whatever. No, when you play a game like Saints Row, you can make the old lady. You can create your own shit. This, I feel like, man, are they gonna like not have you create your own character? So this is their like answer to that.
Well,
Because they take away one thing and give you another.
They've never actually had a character creator in the game, so it's less about doing that thing and more of just like, yeah, we have a bunch of these character models that we're just going to throw out because you're recruiting people. That's the whole idea of that's actually something they brought up in Watch Dogs 2, where you're recruiting these people to help kind of solve this problem. So yeah, you're going to recruit people, but instead of just having a random person as your buddy like you would in a GTA or any other kind of game, it's like no, you get to then switch over and play as them. Which is my question of like, what's the story to this, and how are you going to keep this narrative up? Is it just going to be a situation where some big guy and some fucking whatever the fuck is pointing you to missions, or is it going to be something a little bit more to it?
Yeah, and Julian said, could you play as an old lady? Last one, no, this is the first time for that. Gary says, I played the first two games. The first one was total shit. I agree. One thing that was total shit about the first...
Saints Row.
I mean, like, I agree in a sense, like, that compared to everything else. Like when it first came out, dude, like, you know me, I was hyped. I was like, oh shit, I can play with the phones and fuck with the cops and everything.
I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah, but and then the skill tree stuff kind of like made it like, all right, this feels like just a Technar version of fucking Skyrim or a modern version of that. But then like the thing that I had a big issue with the first one, and then it actually got worse with the second one, and it looks bad in here too. And I'm trying to find gameplay footage of it. The driving is so awful. These cars feel like fucking Nerf cars, dude. They are fucking bad. And it's really...
No, it's the opposite. They're not Nerf cars. They're fucking indestructible beings of of mayhem. Because like you get a fucking like small little electrical car, and you could just outrun a fucking armored vehicle and smash into it and knock it off the road. It's kind of ridiculous how insanely dumb the driving is, but like it's one of those games where it's like, yeah, whatever. Like what am I here for? Hacking, and hacking is really cool, especially when you get the remote control drive a car. That's cool as fucking shit if you need a cool distraction. Like I do like a lot of what the Watch Dogs series does. Like, it's one of those things where it's like Watch Dogs games are interesting, but they're not amazing. They're like, they could be. They just need enough of that narrative flow to make it work. But I hope that this one has it. But it's like, it's almost there. I feel like they can almost get this.
I think the biggest problem with, especially when it comes to the ideas that a Watchdog likes to do, they like to take these big things in terms of like resistant fighters going against the government. Everybody comes together and we're just going to free people because we're people too. That doesn't really help build a strong story when it's so open like this, because it's just like, all right, anybody could be this. So I don't really feel a connection. I don't feel a disconnection, because one of the things that I like from a lot of games when they do that is they'll put like different ideologies against each other. And Watch Dogs doesn't do that with DedSec. There's not like a factions within them that are trying to compete for what they're trying to get done. And it just feels lackluster, and it doesn't feel like I'm really doing anything. It just feels like I'm just in a random group of people just trying to hack into these items because we're cool fucking alternative kids, yo, and fuck the government, man.
Yeah, so I don't know, man, but we're going to be a little bit burst fire now with some of these other topics. First of all,
Burst
Elden...
fire!
Burst fire! We stole it from Crossfire. No, there's this other game. I don't give a fuck about it, obviously, but it is funny that I guess George R.R. Martin's trying to do something else to get some, like, bad press from Game of Thrones onto something else. This is Elden Ring. I do not know what to think about this other than the fact that it's like, dude, this is taking itself... Like, man, this trailer was so built up. I was like, oh, Elden Ring. Holy shit, George R.R. Martin. And I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to see what this fucking is. And it was generic as hell, man. Alan, I'm going to ask you, man. Do you feel like I'm the only one in this particular position? Do you care about George R.R. Martin at all? Or?
I care about George R.R. Martin. I just don't like From Software games because I feel like they can be very, very repetitive. Like, I love the fuck out of Sekiro. Love the hell out of that, but it has the same problems that every other Souls game has, which is very little story, and then it's like, it's only just cool boss fights or cool monster fights. And it's like, this, to me, it's like, I don't really fucking know anything about it, but it feels like another Dark Souls game. Like, maybe it'll have a better story because it has Martin on it, but like, I don't know what to think about. I'm really sick of CGI cutscenes. Like, this doesn't show me anything, man. How do you know the genre of this fucking game?
But
just give me a fucking RTS for all we know.
Oh, yeah, but, like, even that, too, what an issue is, like, I hate when people do this thing. Because they did this last year with that one game, and I cannot pronounce it for the life of me, but there's, like, another sword fighting game just like Sekiro that you were really excited about last E3.
Oh, Ghost of Shizunimi?
Yep.
Fuck it. I'm sorry,
it's difficult.
Ghost of Shih Tzus. There we go.
Yeah, but
Ghost
the thing
of whatever
is,
the fuck, as I've been calling it.
The thing is, with that game, the issue that I had with that is that there was a bunch of news coming out about Shenmue, and like they're gonna bring back Shenmue and all this shit's going on, and then, you know, all of us watching E3 last year were like, oh shit, there we go, Shenmue, and it's not that, right? And then you get this, people are waiting a lot for fucking Bloodborne, and this reveal, and this is what I don't like about George R.R. Martin or From Software stuff or anybody really, honestly, because everyone does this, but they'll do a new IP and have a huge reveal like it's the biggest, coolest fucking thing in the world. And it's so not, and then this is something that I'm going to talk about with our next thing too, about Gods and Monsters, and you know, remind me about this.
Oh, no.
But it's like when you do that and you really have a huge reveal, no matter what, even if it's cool, I'm going to dislike it because it's not Bloodborne 2 or it's not fucking, you know, what you expected last year with Shenmue, whatever. It's like you can't do that to people because now when Bloodborne 2's trailer comes out fucking next E3 or whatever the fuck it might come out, no one's really going to care, or if they do care, they're going to care less because we were already jizzing at this, and it's not even fucking Bloodborne. This is something else, you know?
Nah, I don't agree with that because, like, again, if it's interesting enough and it's from a decent developer, people are going to be interested. It's like, again, we just need gameplay. But as soon as they put Bloodborne 2 on there, people are going to want to fucking try out Bloodborne 2. So it's like, I don't see that whole thing of people aren't going to be excited for a sequel to that game because that game, when it came out, Bloodborne, people were like, what the, like, Dark Souls 2 came out, then Bloodborne came out. You would think that statement of, oh, well, it's not Dark Souls 3, I don't care. It's like, no, people were excited for Bloodborne because they're like, what the hell is the setting?
Yeah, and one thing too I'm gonna ask really quick, Jed. I know you like your difficulty in video games being very, very high because you're fucking sadistic. Have you played lots of From Software games, and would you be hyped for like a new release from them? I don't even know why you haven't got Sekiro yet, too. By the way,
Never interests me. Honestly, I probably won't.
is it just like what doesn't interest you about the From Software games? Just the fact that it's like all that rolling and shit and dodging like very basic fucking melee moves.
Rolling.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me be honest with you. I just don't think about them.
Damn, that was very like I guess. I mean, for me, I felt the same way, but just hearing word of mouth being so fucking positive. Like, Ganjo, I'm gonna ask you really quick, man.
Okay.
Have you even played From Software games? Because I would imagine that you would be funny as shit to watch and get irritated about it.
Not really, man. The thing is, like, I've kind of with a lot of games this year. I've kind of before E3, I haven't been focusing on what's coming out, so I didn't even know R.R. Martin was making a fucking video game. So the fact that this is just some like I was gonna say Final Fantasy, but honestly, it's just that medieval aesthetic, and it's not. I guess it's not surprising that they're doing that with R.R. Martin. It's just like you guys said, there's no gameplay. It's just a beautiful CGI trailer, and to compare it again to Final Fantasy, how many times have I seen those things and it just turns to a basic RTS turn-based gameplay? And I'd rather see gameplay at this point, especially for E3. I don't want to see these CGI trailers unless they're building off of something like, for example, they released the CGI trailer first for Destroy All Humans, and then they release gameplay. If they do something like that, then it's cool because they're trying to hype people up to come to check out the conference. But for that to be actually their conference release, it's just, all right, cool, you gave me a trailer. It's not much of a trailer because now I got to just wait for the next one, which is just gameplay. I just feel it's a little lackluster, especially that it's a new IP. So I think a lot of gameplay would have helped charge people up for it more than just, hey, here's CGI.
Yeah, and then this other game too, Gods and Monsters. So the funny thing about this,
I don't.
yeah, I know you're irritated. And it looks cool, by the way. Like that screenshot actually looks pretty cool. But the thing that I don't give a fuck. The next thing after that was this from the creators of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. This particular
I was so fucking mad because they were like, "Hey guys, you know we do a lot of stuff with history and we do a lot of different stuff in there, but this time we're gonna do some more stuff with gods and mother." I'm like, "Cool, the next Assassin's Creed is gonna be Vikings. It's gonna be cool shit with Norse nostalgia, right?" No, it's whatever the fuck this is. Like fucking they stole Fable and combined it with Black and White and made some bullshit.
That honestly was the funniest thing because Alan was talking about like, yeah, they like, where the hell's my Assassin's Creed? Where is it? Then all of a sudden, at the end, that shit pops up, and you're just like, oh no, poor Alan.
I'm so fucking mad.
How could have
It happened to me
imagined you getting
twice.
mad?
The only difference is Ubisoft didn't fucking pull a Zeitgeist and actually give me what I want, but it was just so infuriating. Because I don't know what the fuck it is, man. It's probably going to be a mobile title or some stupid bullshit, but it's like, I don't give a fuck, man.
But again, because the goddamn CGI trailer, we don't fucking know.
But like another thing too, and this is another thing, it's the same issue that I have with like overhyping something. I'm looking at this. I thought this was like a live action, or not live action, but I thought this was like cinematic. And certain things look like a video game, some things feel like they're actually like people acting. But this is Ghostwire Tokyo.
Oh yeah.
And the thing is, like in the beginning, and I think they brought this up beforehand, just from Bethesda's press conference as well.
Oh, there's the Ghost of Shitsu again.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. But no, basically, it's Shinji Mikami who made this. And the thing is that Shinji Mikami is the one who did Resident Evil and all that bullshit. Like, I mean, Devil May Cry. And the thing is, Capcom was fucking, like, gone, like, this whole week. And hopefully, like, maybe tomorrow, they said that this shit's going to continue till Saturday, so who knows.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that Capcom releases some kind of information for a new Resident Evil or Dino Crisis or something. But when you see Shinji Mikami, you're like, oh my god, here we go. Like, new Devil May Cry, DLC, or whatever the fuck. And then it's a new IP, and there is no information within this IP at all. Now I don't give a fuck. I mean, there's a part in here too. I mean, looking at back, it looks like Death Stranding in a sense. Yeah. There's a character in here. It looks like he's fucking Hawkeye. Look at that ramen noodles thing. Why are you zooming in on the ramen noodles? It's
that
like,
was so weird. But I love that. I'm like, oh man, we're playing the fucking in between years of Endgame, and then you see Hawkeye in Tokyo. Like, yo, we're playing as Ronin.
Yeah, and just like Endgame, we have no story as to why the motherfucker's in Tokyo. Is he killing innocents? Is he killing good people? Is he a good guy?
Is he
bad
dealing
guy?
with ghosts? Who knows?
Yeah. And yeah, Ghostwire, is this a technological ghost story? Is this a horror game? Is this an action game? It looks like some Fatal Frame shit looking by this girl's reaction. It's like, damn, did you see a fucking ghost? But yeah, it's like, why would you, like, and that's the issue even with Hideo Kojima with Death Stranding. It's like you put that motherfucker's name in front of it, and now all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, it's going to be like the next Metal Gear Solid. And it's nowhere near going to be that. But you have these expectations because they force these on you. Don't show Shinji Mikami's fucking name. Show me the goddamn gameplay. Show me why I should be excited, and then tell me, oh, by the way, this amazing artist made this game.
Well, there's a cycle when it comes to E3 game releases and stuff like that. is you have the initial like whatever the fuck, which is sometimes just as simple as a logo or a title of whatever the hell it is. Sometimes it's again a CGI cutscene. And then the next year, that's when you see full gameplay, usually with a release date for it coming out the next year. So usually when you see a game, it's 2 years before it comes out. That's why I am bummed out, but I'm like, it's a new IP. I'm kind of used to it because I'm like, okay, next year at Bethesda, probably, we're going to actually see him. Like, they might start off with the show depending on how much work it's going through. But I do see this a lot. So it's like, I'm not really complaining about it because it's like, okay, whatever. He's working on a new title. We have an idea. We know it's real. So it's like, yeah, let's see what happens next year. So now this is hyping me up for the next E3, which is sometimes like you have to have a good mix of that in any press conference. Hype me for what's coming out this year, hype me for what's going to be releasing next year, but then make me want to come back to the next E3.
No, I definitely agree with that. One thing too, and this is gonna be our first big topic to discuss about E3, and I'm gonna start off with Jet here. Jet,
What?
did Endgame ruin your hype for any kind of Marvel anything? Because I think it did for me. This is some bullshit. This Avengers Square Enix trailer.
You're not gonna be able to bring me down on this one. You can try, bitch.
But what do you feel, Jet?
So here's the thing. No, it didn't, because I was never actually excited for Marvel like games like this in the first place.
Okay.
Like, I've never really liked them. I never really went out to buy them, and this is really no different.
Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing too: is like people were talking about the different looks of everybody. I didn't expect them to have like a Tony Stark wannabe fucking thing. You know, I didn't expect that, or not Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. But the thing is like what's more frustrating about this is it's a bunch of fodder. Like it's just when you have all these characters like boom, I'm the Hulk, I'm gonna smash shit, I'm gonna do this. It's like okay, like we know that you're gonna do this in the cutscenes. That just comes with the fucking property, like your Marvel Avengers. I just saw Endgame and the craziest shit that's actually way crazier than what we saw in this trailer. I saw way crazier shit in the movie theater like 2 months ago. So why are you still trying to show us that? Like what we're here for, especially at the end of Square Enix's fucking thing, we want to see gameplay. That's what Final Fantasy VII did right, is that we saw tons of gameplay, and this kind of like you didn't even learn from yourselves. Like it just is really fucking weird to me. But Alan, what's your opinion on this whole Marvel Avengers thing?
I was so terrified because we were all on a call, and I'm just like, yo, please, just don't let this be a fucking mobile game where it's just some mobile fucking bullshit like they did at Ubisoft. Don't make this some fucking Diablo clone like they already have a fucking Marvel Diablo clone or whatever the fuck the Minecraft dungeon is. Don't do that. I'm just like, please let this be a real fucking game. And then you see the cutscene, you're like, okay, but this could be a VR thing, whatever the fuck. But then when they show Iron Man flying, I'm like, wait. That's gameplay. I know what a gameplay camera angle looks like, and I know what happens when a character is moving in real time. I know what that fucking looks like. I've seen enough trailers, and I know how that fucking shit flows.
And I wouldn't be surprised if the Incredible Hulk scene is already something that they might demo in the future.
Yeah. I see again when they showed the Incredible Hulk, when they showed Thor, when Thor hit the dude with the enemies, I'm like, no. I know what that looks like. So I'm like, okay, it doesn't have a HUD, but it does have like there is actually something going on. This actually reminded me. It's going to lead to something that's exciting me, but also worrying me because this reminded me of when we first saw Spider-Man PS4 and he's running over the desks. I was like, wow, that was cool as shit. Like that's really fucking incredible. This feels the same thing. There wasn't a HUD for that original Spider-Man thing, but then the next year they showed us the gameplay. I was like, yo, what the fuck? This, on the other hand, is coming out next year, and that worries me. That worries me because I feel that it's a little bit too early. Like this should be something that's coming out 2021 versus now. Now, as far as what I saw, I'm hyped. Oh, fucking holy shit! I get to fucking play as the Hulk. I love playing as the fucking Hulk. I fucking love playing as the Hulk.
Hulk smash!
Troy Baker is a great voice actor, so like they're giving me what I fucking want.
Okay, but here's the thing. So I really want to hammer on that point that you just said, and not just to fight. But the thing is, one thing you guys said, and we can go back and look at the catalog of our videos where Alan was hyped about Marvel Spider-Man, and so was I. Because me and you both said the same thing, and we're both like, dude, look at that webbing. Oh my god, look at the swinging. They did so perfect, right? And we were so focused on that one thing, and the game did get it perfect. I mean, honestly, as far as webbing goes and all that shit, it's never been better than Marvel Spider-Man from last year.
Yeah.
But now you're saying the same about Incredible Hulk, and here's the situation I'm having here, is that they did this with Marvel Spider-Man. And I think you can admit to this too, Alan, where it's like, yeah, it's great, and everything else around it, it's so average. I mean, at the best average. And it's like...
I disagree with that, but continue.
But, you know what I mean? It's like, it was like, you know, this game was always, you know, hey, like, you can be Spider-Man. You can fly around, not fly around, but swing around.
Yeah, I know.
Holy shit. And that's all I had. I mean, me and Ganja were talking about this too when we actually did the playthrough, like the live playthrough, and he was just like bored out of his mind. Like, dude, I was hyped as fuck for the first 10 minutes, and the 11th minute, I was like, what's going on, dude? Like,
it has a lot of repetitive combat that has a lot of the kind of same thing that happens with a lot of fighting games. Hell, God of War was guilty of that too. If you don't have a good story that drags you in, or have gameplay that constantly changes throughout it just feels repetitive, and that's what happened with me with Spider-Man. And honestly, I never beat it. I got to maybe the first half of the level, discovered a few costumes, and I gave up because everything just got repetitive, and I just got tired of the same old stuff.
And I get worried about that with this because you look at and he's saying like, oh, fucking Hulk, Iron Man. I guarantee you, like, it's gonna be the same shit where some alert comes up, hey, there's a crime going on, their aliens are invading from fucking planet Thanos, whatever the fuck's going on, and then you have to go over there and shoot them down, and then you get some weird fucking dialogue, and it's like, well, no missions now, you can fly if you want.
Look, one of the things I'm worried about is this turning into a lot of those tie-in movies that they have multiple characters in the movie. So they give them the most basic thing ever, which is some characters can do some things and some characters can't. So the Incredible Hulk can smash through a car that's clearly blocking your way, but we all know all the characters can jump over it. It's just to justify the Hulk being there.
So there are multiple things that I want to talk about. When it comes to the Marvel Spider-Man stuff, I never found this stuff right because I fucking love the combat system, and I think the story was honestly my favorite interpretation of Spider-Man I've seen in fucking years, and the world looked beautiful. There's a lot about Marvel Spider-Man that I fucking love. As far as this game, I don't think this game's open world. I am gonna go out and I'm gonna say this right now. I think this game is going to be like Shad Dimensions. I think this game's going to be a 12 to 15 hour campaign in which one of two things is going to happen. You're going to play the levels and it's going to switch to the characters as needed. Or my other theory is that there's going to be a Hulk level, there's going to be a Thor level, there's going to be a Captain America level. The first level, you're going to jump through as you're getting your tutorial. You're going to jump from Captain America like we saw there. But then what's going to happen is like, oh, mission 1, Hulk. It's you know how Mortal Kombat does the story?
Yeah.
Chapter 1, Hulk. Chapter 2, Captain America. Chapter 3, Thor. Chapter 4, Black Widow. So you're gonna have those set pieces, those awesome sequences in a linear fashion. That's what I say. I don't know if anyone's ever played this, and they did a game very similar to this. It's called Marvel: Rise of the Imperfects, where they were wide open worlds, but it was a linear gameplay. So you could play as Spider-Man, as Venom, as all the characters in the game, but they had all their each level, so it was built around that. And I think that's what's gonna happen with this game.
And and that might. I mean, I know like people love open world games, but the way you said all that, it's like, I can actually see that being fresh. Like, you're playing the fuck out of this with Spider-Man, you're like, oh, I'm sick of the webbing. Oh shit, Hulk. Well, this is a completely different game now. Fuck yeah. I'm getting sick of the melee. Iron Man. Holy shit. Okay. Like,
because the Iron Man flying, there's no way they're gonna have that there. They're gonna have a situation in which you have this bigger open world. Probably him and Thor are probably gonna have very similar flying mechanics, but like it's gonna be a bigger open world with Thor and whatever. So you can sit there and fly in the air or stay in the air. But they don't have to create a whole open world, so the flying's probably be pretty good. And if it sucks, like, well, I just gotta get through this level. But then Captain America, because I looked up some enough footage, but I looked up people talking about it, like people that have actually tried it and played the game. So like, Captain America and Black Widow are similar in their Batman Arkham style fighting. Thor is similar to Kratos in God of War. Iron Man is his own thing because he's one of the most unique, and Hulk is very similar to his other Hulk games.
I hope Iron Man isn't just negated to a rail shooter.
I hope so too. I agree with you. I don't want it to be a real shooter, but I think there's gonna be a straight Iron Man level. Like it might be the first level. It's like, hey, play as Iron Man after the fucking events, and I think that's really what's gonna end up going with that.
Yeah, no, and then on topic of Square Enix too, because I know we're kind of all over the place as far as press conferences go, but some things are interesting, some things were not. We gotta skip a lot. But as far as Square Enix, starting off with Final Fantasy VII, that was probably the most beautiful fucking thing to start off with, man. And I do not like Final Fantasy at all. I've never played any of them, and every time I see someone play, it looks like shit, in my opinion. God damn, I had fun with this. Jed, I'm going to ask you, what was the most hypest point in that Final Fantasy VII, reveal or whatever?
You really asking me?
I mean, because the reason...
Well, it's obvious.
What?
Tifa.
Yeah.
So, this is the Melee girl, and, man, I'm going to, look this up. And, by the way, sorry people if I get things wrong here, because I don't know anyone's name. I mean, I think
she is a brawler, and she will beat your fucking ass. Fan favorite.
Yeah, people were freaking the fuck out, in the crowd. The weird thing is, though, it's like, is that something that's almost like a niche character that only some people like? Because you would think they would have her more in the trailer. She was only in there for a total of 15 seconds.
They were waiting for her. They were waiting to reveal her because she's such a fan favorite.
But yeah,
And
like
I bet you can guess why, because she wears skimpy clothing and shows her tits off every chance she gets.
She wasn't even showing off her tits.
Not this
They're coming
time.
out. No, even in the original game, her tits were like she literally always had her tits covered.
okay, it's weird about the original games of any of these because back in the day with the PS1 graphics, it's like, are they tits or are they just two knives in her shirt? Like,
Man, Laura Croft with a sex icon.
why? Those some horny ass motherfuckers, man. Like,
Literally, because there are horns on her, but
yeah,
no,
exactly.
back then, we'll never done anything like that.
I'm gonna give Jet. Jet has a point. She wasn't one of those characters that was always put in skimpy outfits, but the fan base did hijack her and did start to make her into a sex symbol. So that's probably where you get that connotation from, Alan. But in the games themselves, she's not really portrayed like that.
Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing, like, I guess she's kind of like a badass. Like, there's a part where she's, like, in a bar just drinking, and I don't know if it's supposed to be sad or if it's kind of like a, yeah, like, I'm drinking, I'm cool, fuck yeah, I don't know.
They're basically just questioning, like, yeah, like, why are we doing this? Like, is it right that we're basically killing people? Shit like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, oh, here she is, too, doing that melee shit. The only thing about this
cool,
melee stuff is that there's characters that have all these weapons and all this cool stuff, and she doesn't. I gotta tell you, I know it's probably blasphemous, but I haven't played the game, so I plead ignorance. She didn't impress me. I'm sorry.
Really? Because
You're
I
a
was blown
fucking
away.
liar.
Yeah, I was blown the fuck away because I was like, when I saw fucking Cloud doing his shit, I'm like, okay, cool, that looks very similar to, again, Smash Bros. Was able to perfectly capture his fighting style. So I'm like, okay, cool, I saw that. Then the guy with the gun, I'm like, that's really interesting, guns in Final Fantasy. I always found that really weird. I'm like, okay. Then when Tifa shows up, I was like, yo, what kind of shit is this? I'm like, okay, that actually might be the character I play more than Cloud. Because I, like, the sword fighting, I'm like, okay, that'd be cool, but it reminds me too much of a Monster Hunter, which I'm kind of iffy about. But having a melee person, especially something that looks that cool, I'm like, okay, let me see more of what that character is.
Yeah, I mean, and I liked, like, I mean, her design. I don't have an issue with anyone's designs, but the thing is, though, is like, I feel like when you see that one dude with the machine gun, and you just see all these points go, whatever. Like, I'm that kind of guy. I like to shoot.
Listen, what's more badass? Someone using a sword to fight a monster, someone using a gun to fight a monster, or someone basically using their fucking fist and beating that monster's fucking ass.
No, but then again,
Okay,
it goes to
but
like
I think that depends on the person, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But another thing too is like, okay, so all these characters have like their character themselves, and then just like their personality being extended with whatever weapon they use. Her, it's like, I'm gonna punch. I'm sorry, but any of these motherfuckers can punch. Anybody.
Okay,
But they're
the
not.
thing is, when you see her, a lot of what she's doing is she's doing one specific martial arts, which not like the big guy's gonna basically just be doing the fucking either one punch if he's gonna do melee, and the fucking 40-foot sword that Cloud has is Cloud. But you also see the fucking glowing fists. So it's like she's combining magic. She's a magic user that just happens to be a martial artist.
Yeah, so it's basically Tekken.
Yeah, get a Tekken fighter and put them in Final Fantasy.
Yeah, has Tifa ever been like in Soul Calibur or Tekken or anything before?
No, but
I don't
fucking
believe so.
Noctis was.
Yeah, I think she should be in there because she's tailor made for the shit. The creatures, all the enemies, the boss fight, everybody looked fucking amazing. Like, dude, that boss fight is where I hyped up. Like, I know everyone was like, "Yay, Tifa," and some people were even like really hyped for a Sephiroth. For me though, that boss fight was so fucking insane, and it reminded me of Monster Hunter to the point where like I think it's a good thing. You probably don't like Monster Hunter as much as I did. It was my favorite game of 2018. Fucking love that game. But the thing that I have an issue with a little bit is like I really hope that when you pick one of these characters, you can't change the weapons. I know that I don't know anything about this stuff, so correct me if I'm wrong, Jet. But can I change my gun to like a sniper or something instead, or can I have that gun guy use like a melee weapon for once? Or
There's different types of guns, but I'm pretty sure you can't change the type.
It depends because I know when it's generally all on the same time. Because I know when you played Final Fantasy 15, you had a series of weapons you can change, and then you can give other people different kinds of weapons. I doubt that guy's gonna hold a sniper since he only has one fucking hand, but you might be able to switch it to a shotgun.
Yeah, another thing too is like
yeah,
sorry, I interrupted. But another question I have too is like there's a clip from our Twitch channel of me freaking out and Ganja saying no, because he said like, yeah, they should make it turn-based.
Yo, that was my hypest part of this entire press conference is when they fucking did that shit.
Well, no, I don't even know what you're referring to because like, and go ahead and continue on after I say this, but like, where's the turn-based? It seems like motherfuckers are just punching whenever they want to. So like,
well, I mean, most Final Fantasy games really haven't been turn-based since
PlayStation
12?
2.
No, the 13 was
Because 13? No, 13
Yeah.
wasn't turn-based.
I'm pretty sure 13
No, it
and
wasn't.
all the fucking sequels to that fucking game were.
No, 13 was the one with lightning. Like that wasn't
Yeah.
turn-based.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, yeah. There's so many people too. Like they even have 12 and then X2, and I'm like, oh, fuck off. Like,
It's a mess, but one of the things that, and that's actually what I'm talking about, the hypest part of it was they do have terms. Because, well, one of the things that, okay, Final Fantasy games, the reason they became so niche is because of the fact that, again, up until 12, which is, and that's not even counting the fucking spin-off, so there's at least fucking 35 of these games, is, yeah, eventually people just didn't want to play turn play games. Games like fucking Devil May Cry and fucking Bayonetta and all those action games came out, and people were like, I want to just play that because action games became way more fun than a tactical fucking, stand in a line and wait to get punched in the face. Like, no, it's like, I want to block. Blocking fucking existed. We invented that a couple years ago. So what they did is they changed it up. They did that with Final Fantasy 15. Final Fantasy 15 has almost the same combat as fucking Kingdom Hearts. Very similar.
Oh,
to
never
Kingdom
mind. I'm thinking about another one. Okay. It was turn-based, but it's a different type of turn-based. It was real-time turn-based.
Oh god, that active time battle from 12. That is the dumbest combat system I've ever seen.
What does that mean, though? I mean, I know like we're gonna like be off topic a little bit, but like, what is that?
So active time battle, what they did in there is instead of having it where so typical Final Fantasy is you have your people in a line, and then it's Cloud's turn. He'll do his strike, and then either it'll be Tifa's turn or it'll be the enemy's turn, and then they'll attack Cloud or whoever the fuck. That's usually how it goes. There are sometimes they'll add mechanics where you can block or you have higher defense, so that it hurts much, but for the most part you can't really block and attack. In 12, what they did is you could swing your sword in real time, but in order to swing it again, you have to wait for your sword to recharge, and that can take a second. So you just swing, and that was the combat. I'm like, this is fucking awful. Who fucking invented this stupid shit?
I can see how that could be cool if you have like many other abilities they could switch off to, but man, if it's really like I need to use this sword, and if I use this fucking move, I can't do anything now. It's like, oh, dude, go fuck yourself. Like,
is it the car system for fucking the one what's that fucking game that Jet was playing?
Yeah.
The thing is they do have a version of turn play in here because they had something similar. They tried to do 15, it just didn't really work out. But what I love about this is when he did an attack and he basically had everyone kind of flying in the air, he was able to slow down time enough that it almost became like VATS, where he could point to a certain character and do a certain move, and then as soon as the time reset, he did the move like it was turn play. I'm like, that's perfect. That's exactly how you get the old fans that prefer more of the tactical, and then the new fans that actually want to play a game. So it's like it actually worked in its favor.
I like this by Atia Khan at Ruthless. He says, we are enduring this because we won't get any of the games Enix is holding hostage at Square unless you weeb trash, anime trash, buy this to prove you're the biggest, most unshaded otaku. Because basically what he's saying, too, is that 7, in his opinion, is the worst Final Fantasy. He says that most people like it just because of nostalgia, because, this is probably one of the first RPGs that any of us played. Back in the day, you had Secret of Mana.
Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger, I feel, is that. Because, I feel Chrono Trigger is really, really overhyped.
Yeah, I mean, and here's another thing, too, is, I feel like people are freaking out, and I didn't even bring this up, and I'm going to get the name wrong, but there's a new Mana game coming out, and I didn't bring this up for our docs that we're going to discuss today on the show, but I think the reason why people are freaking the fuck out over that, and it's, trending hardcore, is not because, oh my god, they're going to come out with some amazing shit, it's just, there's been a long time since we had a Mana game, and Secret of Mana came out when lots of us are adults now that are buying up all these new modern consoles. We grew up on Secret of Mana. That was one of our first games back in the day. And there's nothing else really like it except for maybe Zelda. But, even that's kind of... I mean, they're pretty different. So, yeah, I think that's a big reason why Final Fantasy is huge right now for Final Fantasy 7. But I gotta tell you, man, to change everything and not do turn-based and to kind of, make it modernized where it's like, hey, if you're into Monster Hunter, if you're into Devil May Cry, whatever, this game is for you. Looking at it, parts of the aesthetics on the HUD and everything remind me of Resident Evil 6. Some people were saying Resident Evil 2. So
some of the character models look like, and the character models look very, very similar to Resident Evil 2. So
yeah. So I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But I am gonna play it. I think that's a game I'm definitely gonna.
Oh yeah, I was already gonna buy it, but this was like, holy shit, I need to get it.
Oh yeah, especially since they are definitely changing it up. It's actually in part, in that whole part that they're doing right now in the city that they're at, was only the beginning of the game, so it makes you wonder, how many parts is there going to be? Because that part there is just the beginning, and it's going to be the whole game, apparently, so...
And
we'll see.
I have no idea, because, apparently all the extra stuff... they're trying to say that all the extra shit outside the games isn't canon anymore, and they're apparently just rewriting the entire story.
One thing I bring up now, too, just to move on really quick, Square Enix, we pretty much got done with everything that needs to be discussed with that, because the entire fucking press conference was basically Final Fantasy the entire time. But now we get into Xbox, which I think they whooped ass. And this trailer whooped ass. See, they had Let's Go playing by East Side Boys and Lil Jon, which was fucking awesome. I love that crazy train guitar
Oh,
riff
yeah.
thing. They had this new mode called Escape Mode, and then they're still
Just
gonna bring
dope.
back Horde. What happened?
No, which is fucking dope. Like that game mode has sold me on getting this game like week
Mm-hmm.
1.
Yeah, but the main thing that got me, the main thing, fucking Terminator, dog. Terminator. I am so hyped. I love the Terminator. Terminator 2 is my favorite movie of all time. Terminator himself, the robot or whatever the fuck, are like these Terminators. I just know the word for it.
T-1000s, dog. T-1000s.
I feel like they go really, really good with the story and the idea of the locusts like living underneath the ground, and yet these technologies being used by them most likely to fuck up our own shit. I think that Skynet works within this lore. I don't know if they're gonna go story-wise with it. I think it's just like a character skin, just because Dark Fate's coming out. But I
would
hope
say fuck it, just because they're talking about it's gonna be a hardcore DLC update. So if they're gonna do it, might as well just make some weird crazy bullshit up. Smash Brothers does it all the time. Just a portal opens up, these universes clash. Fuck it.
Yeah, man. But what do you think about this, Alan? Because I know that you are kind of sour on Terminator right now. But seeing this, were you hyped?
Yeah, I was hyped for the idea of Terminator, but my biggest problem is this game's supposedly coming out in like 5 months, and I don't think we've seen any gameplay of it.
Yeah, but when it comes to Gears of War, like we know gameplay.
Oh yeah, but like we didn't. What the fuck? We didn't even see anything for the multiplayer. We didn't see any of the gameplay. And I'm like, this was actually a problem that apparently was echoed by a lot of people. Is that we saw more CGI trailers than we saw actual gameplay for some of the games that are coming out this fucking year. I'm like, yeah, I'm hyped for it because I'm not hyped for. I've never. Honestly, I think I think Gears of War 2 is one of the most overrated fucking Xbox 360 games like out there. One of the most. I love the horde mode for that game, but that game's fucking story is overrated as shit. But I still played it and I still enjoyed it. I skipped 3 and Judgment, but then I played 4. And I'm like, 4 is okay. I'm curious what it's gonna be, but I was hoping to see some actual like gameplay. Like, show me what it's gonna be like. Show me some voice actors. Show me something. And it's just weird that this game's coming out in 5 months, and I still don't really know much about it, except for the fact that Terminator is gonna be in there, and there's a really cool game mode that they're doing, which I really like.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. Like, so Gears of War Judgment is a game that came out in between 3 and 4, and wasn't really like it was like the last 360 games. So I think they didn't really give a fuck as they're working on for the next generation. But there was like robots in that game in survival mode. It was really cool. I actually really dug it a lot.
I have a question, Nick. There was a fucking Terminator game that was really badass that came around the time of Terminator 3 was in the theaters.
Yeah, Dawn of Fate.
And it wasn't. What was it called?
Dawn of Fate.
Dawn of Fate. I wish they could do something like that again, where you're able to use the environment as weapons. You can pick up guns. You can take out shit. And it basically did the same thing that Wolverine did with the damage system, Alan. So as your Terminator got more fucked up, the machinery showed more in the character.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that was such an underrated game. And I wish they'd bring it back in some form.
You might be talking about Rise of the Machines, actually. Now I'm thinking about
Rise of the Machines, one of them.
There are very few Terminator games, and very few of them are even any actually fucking good. So it seems like what they're doing is
The movie
they're trying
Titan
to,
was pretty decent. I will defend that one.
Salvation sucked. I have a horror.
Not Salvation. I'm not talking about Salvation. I'm talking about T3.
Yeah, because
one day I'll tell you guys the horror story that I had to deal with fucking Salvation, but not today. But like, I think what they want to do is they're going to give the IP to different people because there's another title that had Terminators in this fucking like E3, so it seems like they're just going to give the IP to whoever the fuck wants to make a game for it.
Yeah, I think that's what's happening too, just because of this movie coming out, and like even Mortal Kombat's one, but it didn't show at E3 for that. But what did show at E3 was Ghost Recon
Boring point.
Yeah, as much as you say that joke, it's not gonna be funny.
I don't give a shit. Fuck the Ghost Recon series.
Yeah, well, you're weird. I mean, literally too, because
them.
we're not gonna show any gameplay from Breakpoint, by the way, too. I normally
There
would.
wasn't any.
There was actually. Just shut the fuck up. Like,
No, there wasn't. There was no gameplay at that fucking press conference.
Let me show you then. I guess I'll show it people because this
You'll-
dude wants to
you'll show
argue.
me some
He's
other
about to
shit
whip
that
that
was
gameplay
outside
out
of
all on your face. Just pop,
Literally-
pop.
Yeah,
Literally
he'll find something that was outside of the fucking press conference, not during the actual sales thing. Not
If
during
you
what
would
we
have
watched.
if you kept watching it, it would have played. They showed 26 minutes of it, dude.
Yeah, they didn't. But again, I want to see more of that during the press conference. Why did they
So,
show it
but
during
you're mad
the
because
selling
it didn't
point?
show at a certain time that you wanted?
Yeah, they didn't show it when they were advertising the
Man,
game.
Final
yeah.
Fantasy 7 should have been after Marvel's
I got a
Avengers.
question.
Goddamn
No,
it.
that's like imagine Final Fantasy
Hold on,
7
hold
just
on.
showed the fucking
Hold on.
clip scene
Freaking
and everything
psycho over
else.
here. You lose
I
this
got-
shit.
I legit got a question now. So, does it still count as E3 press conference if it was shown afterwards, or is it just some extra shit?
Well, it's one of those
I
things
thought it
where
was all E3. Now I'm
It
confused.
is all E3, but sometimes we don't have access to it right away. Sometimes it's closed doors. Sometimes they do it afterwards, or you got to listen to some fucking idiot going, and then you press X. I'm like, no. Like, sell this during the actual conference where I'm there for an hour and a half. Don't just show me some CGI cutscene and say, hey, fuck off till later. I'm like, no. I'm here to see the game. I'm here to see why I should buy it during this conference, not to do extra fucking homework. Because what if I thought that CGI cutscene was stupid bullshit? The game could be fucking amazing. I won't fucking know because that trailer was trash.
So, anyways, hopefully we can get through this without interrupting too much more. Because the reason why I tried to
I'm gonna
save
cut you, Diaz, you motherfucker.
Good luck with that. Fuck this series.
No, because I was trying to save him. Because he'll say shit and then he wonders why people like tell him he's wrong and make fun of him. But dude, it's not only gameplay, but it's a shit ton of gameplay. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Afterwards, show it to me during the hour and a half I was there.
But Alan, you complain about that. You literally complain about Final Fantasy VII. I don't want to call you out.
Okay,
like, you gotta do this. But let me.
You don't
finish.
listen to my complaints.
No, because they are fucking stupid. Like,
No, there wasn't. It was a bit. There was okay. My complaint with Final Fantasy VII wasn't that they showed too much gameplay. Is that boss fight? I'm like, okay, I get it. You showed the entire boss fight versus what else am I doing when I'm not doing the boss fight? They showed that later on, but that boss fight went on for like a good 5 to 7 minutes. I'm like, okay, I get it. That is a boss fight. It didn't like it jumped to a different place, but he basically was doing the same thing, hitting the weak spot. I'm like, okay, what am I doing when I'm not there? Is it open world? Is it a linear game? Show me more. Don't just show me the one boss fight.
I know, but that's the thing though. It's like when certain things last so long. I've heard you complain about these things before, where it's like, oh come on, I don't give a fuck about Ghost Recon. I hate this shit. So they have so much things to show within that like 3-hour fucking broadcast. So instead, what they do to help you out, the fans who are watching, is kind of the whole point of like a presentation, is to make it as easy to watch as humanly possible. So you watch it.
Yeah,
So, like-
what most people do, like Final fucking Fantasy did, is they had a fucking, demo that they played during the fucking floor, hey, why the fuck I'm there, and then they're like, hey, if you want to see more, show up afterwards.
There's a big difference between Ghost Recon and fucking Final Fantasy. As good, even if I was the most hardcore fan ever of Ghost Recon, there's no way I'm going to tell you in a normal conversation when I'm trying to make a point that Ghost Recon is anywhere near as popular as Final Fantasy. Those people there at Square Enix were not there for Tom Clancy shit. They were there for Final Fantasy and possibly Marvel. They don't give a fuck about Tom Clancy, unless it's Splinter Cell or something. But, like, Ghost Recon's not that big of a deal, dude.
Okay, one, it is at a Ubisoft press conference, because that's what the game's coming out in 5 months, by the way. The game is releasing this fucking year in October. And two, it's like, yeah, that was one of the biggest fucking titles they were supposed to fucking show there, and they didn't show like a snippet of what the actual game's going to be like, because what a lot of other fucking press conferences do, like other fucking developers do, they're like, hey, look at this game, we're going to talk over it, we're going to show you what the actual fuck's going on, and then you get to see more behind the scene footage. They did that with fucking Spider-Man last year, they did that with God of War. They do that more often than they don't.
With the biggest game titles ever.
But this is a fucking title that's coming out in 5 months, and they barely advertised it during the press conference.
Dude, Gears of War is coming out in 4 months, and
they did the same thing.
But here's the thing: you're freaking out about Ghost Recon because you already don't like it, because you already have a preconceived notion that you just admitted to literally 5 fucking times that you don't like Ghost Recon. But Gears of War 5 does, and you're like, I'm gonna buy it.
Okay. One,
like,
I'm gonna buy because okay. The thing is, yeah, I don't hate Gears of War as much as I hate Ghost Recon, but again, Gears of War, that my exact complaint did the exact same fucking thing, where it didn't show any fucking gameplay, but the idea of the game would look cool because I already know that Gears of War's gameplay hasn't changed its entire fucking series. They added new enemy types, but the gameplay is basically stayed the fucking same.
I'm gonna let the people know something real quick. I'm literally trying to start another argument just to get him off the gameplay point so he stops looking stupid, and he brought up the gameplay again. Like, he keeps going back to the gameplay thing. I'm showing gameplay the whole time you're talking. Like, they show gameplay.
You're not listening to my point.
But, like, you keep harping on the gameplay. I understand you don't like
I get your point, but, like, isn't it all still E3?
Yeah, literally, like, it's at the show.
Then, okay, then why fuck again? I watched Ubisoft press.
He's mad, essentially, that wasn't live streamed when he felt that it should have been live streamed. That's literally what his issue is.
When every other company fucking does it and this fucking company doesn't do it, oh, okay, it's my fucking fault. Like, no, that's not how it fucking works.
Okay, well,
companies do this all the time. This isn't a new concept to show your game during a press conference.
Anyways, well, I don't know. I think we're both talking a lot, and people can't understand us. So, like, God just says, damn, he squeaked.
There's an option there. Just slow it to 25% and you'll get what we're saying.
So literally,
At one point, Alan straight squeaked.
I don't think Motherfucker, I did not squeak.
No, you
That's
did.
my chair.
Both of us were Alvin and the Chipmunks, so it was just like... Gary said Alan is like Donald Duck.
That's ganja. Look, my
Oh
point
my
is
God.
that I wish they just said a minute to 5 minutes during when they actually showed after when John Bernthal came on stage. I expected them to
He's
show
about
it.
to
That's
do
all
it
I was trying to say.
again, dude.
That's it. That's all I was trying to say.
He's gonna do it again. And by the way,
I thought you guys were still talking about Gears of War. I didn't know where the fuck you guys went.
no, and here's the thing. I'm gonna show you something really quick. And people, sorry, I'm just gonna break the third wall. You guys know we plan this shit. I'm looking
Okay.
over here. It's Ghost Recon Breakout to have Terminator. That was the whole point. That was the whole fucking point, and we didn't bring it up once.
Well, we brought it up now.
No, I'm not talking about that shit now. That shit was way too long.
So Terminator is now in Ghost Recon.
No, and the red lights came on his eyes, and that's the end of that shit.
You're the Terminator.
Here's the thing. So I was gonna talk about Flight
You
Simulator.
should do that as a highlight and just piss people off.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, we're gonna talk about Terminator, and then have me rant, and then go, hey guys, check out the full stream for Terminator.
They just go through. I don't know if I'm rewinding or fast forwarding, but he just keeps going. Blah, 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 I don't know which way he's going.
But fucking get subtitles going.
Oh man, but no, yeah, fuck Ghost Recon and Terminator right now.
Yeah, you're right. Fuck Ghost Recon.
Luigi's Mansion 3. Here's the thing. I never played Luigi's Mansion. I honestly, like, when they keep telling you that Luigi's not as good as Mario, I can't help but get excited for this mascot. It's just like, yeah, obviously it's fucking second fiddle, right? Yeah. This looks really
Luigi
cool.
is the Allen of the base of the Nintendo universe. Don't
piss him off more, please, God.
we cheer him on when he gets a chance to do solo projects.
I think that
Luigi is a little gay little brother. The green gay little brother of Mario.
I hate you guys so. I'm glad I wear a blue shirt today.
Luigi is so, like, you tell Luigi's nicer. He's just so cool and stuff. And the fact that you want to fight ghosts both in real life and in this game, I truly support you being the character of Luigi.
Here's the thing too, is like talking about this. I'm glad that we're finally getting some kind of version of, a new Ghostbusters. Like, this was actually the whole idea of the Ghostbusters games on NES and Sega way back in the day, and now we got Luigi's Mansion. And dude, this shit looks fucking amazing. Like, I was like talking shit already. I was actually pulling an Alan. I was judging before the fucking thing came up. And then I'm looking at this and I'm like, dude, I gotta shut my face. Like, he's sucking in these fucking ghosts. He has all these extra shit going on. He has what? With the sucking part?
He's sucking on the shit out those ghosts.
Yeah, he's sucking dick. It's amazing. No, but I thought it was cool as shit. And then this idea of Luigi, I think that's a stupid pun. But like, just the idea of like, he can do all these extra abilities, but something as simple as water fucks him up. Really, really cool idea. Multiplayer being involved too. But the only issue I have with the multiplayer is, and this comes to my overall aspect of Luigi's games, they have like Mario in the game and the little toadstool dudes. Yeah, you get to play them like a character designer, character skin, whatever. And I'm kind of like, okay, doesn't that take away from Luigi? Like, doesn't that kind of like, I don't know, lessen the fact that this is a Luigi game that we're still playing as Toadstool and all this shit? I'm gonna have you go first.
Yeah, not necessarily, because like the whole premise. I mean, that's why the whole Mario that was the premise of the first one, and I'm not sure if it's gonna continue being that, where he's just looking for Mario. But no, I mean, it's fine. It's Luigi's own game. Like, Luigi Mansion games are like the Paper Mario. They're very like, not a lot of people always buy that, but they're super fucking like, people talk about that shit like crazy. So it's like, yeah, no, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, JP saying, yeah, I love Luigi. He's rich, and by laws of biology, he's definitely stronger. Yeah, and he jumps higher, too. I always like to use him a lot. By the way, too, Gary, I'm going to be playing Contra Anniversary right after we're doing with this. So, yeah, I do know of that. I'm not going to bring it up because I'll be talking about it for fucking hours anyways. Jed, I'm going to ask you, have you ever played Luigi's Mansion on GameCube and everything?
Oh, yeah, I beat the first one when I was... shit.
When you were shit?
Yeah, when I was shit, I beat it. But, I can't remember what age I was. Like, it was like 2 years after it came out.
I'm sorry, Jen, but you made me fucking laugh so hard.
You guys are terrible.
I'm glad me turning into shit makes you laugh.
That's her ability in the game. It's like Luigi. It's a jet. It's shit. Shit jet.
Pooh jet.
Yeah. But what are you thinking about this? Does this look like extra familiar with what you're used to, or does this look like, wow, this is really modernized and there's a definite upgrade, like just by looking at it?
Well, it's obviously upgraded, but I mean, it still has that atmosphere. Actually, no. Like, I feel like the first one definitely had an atmosphere that you can't really replicate. I don't know why, because the first one actually genuinely had some like kind of like weird, spooky moments. The second one,
you said atmosphere.
Oh my god! Let her speak.
Okay, okay. Nick/Alan, you're the interrupter now.
I'm sorry. Oh, go ahead though. The atmosphere about it. You thought like, what? What'd you think about the atmosphere?
You gonna let me talk, or you gonna laugh about doo doo?
I'm sorry.
I mean, both, honestly.
The word, dude.
You gonna laugh about buttholes?
I'm sorry, I'm out.
Fucking 4-year-olds. I work with children.
Anyway, talking about diarrhea once again. while this new one, not having anything to do with actual shit, definitely looks upgraded. I don't think it'll be able to replicate like the atmosphere or atmosphere
Jesus Christ.
that the first one had. Although we only seen a little bit of it, I really do hope that it does actually have some scary moments in it.
Yeah. Wait. So scary moments. Do you actually feel like the originals were legit scary? I thought it was just kind of goofy. Like, oh.
Well, I was young at the time, and honestly, like there were some parts that actually did like kind of like, ooh, okay, that's actually kind of weird, or actually did kind of jump scare me. But I was young at the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can have atmosphere and not have it be bloody or gory. Like,
That's
again, I'm still afraid of carnival music because of Super Mario 64.
Wait.
There is the fucking sequence in Mario 64 where you got to go to the carnival is playing just this fucking like happy-go-lucky carnival music, but they slow it down to make it seem a little bit more demonic. But then there's also ghosts everywhere that are just fucking going through walls and shit, and a piano that tries to eat you.
But what does that have to do with the carnival?
Because
I don't know.
Probably in the background. Oh fuck!
It was a carnival setting. I
It's
fucking
like,
that.
I get the fucking like ghost coming at you, but like, why would the carnival music scare you? The
Because
carnival
it was-
music's not coming after you,
I
Al.
was defending
No, but it was
him.
playing during it, so I associate the music with that level.
I was trying to help you. I was coming up with a solution, with an explanation as to why. And you're literally like, I don't know. I'm fucking stupid.
No, because it was in the level. Like, I explained it.
If my girl's watching right now, Alan, when the minute you see clowns, you're gonna start freaking out, aren't you?
No, I'm not afraid of clowns. But if we're at a carnival and someone plays carnival music, yeah, I'm gonna be fucking just like shivering.
Clowns!
If you're afraid of clowns, you need to grow up.
I never understood the fear of clowns ever. I don't get that.
I
Their
don't get
entire
it.
job is that's like being afraid of Santa Claus.
I get it if you're still like a little girl or you're like by yourself and there's like a pervert clown. Like I'm scared. I understand the fear of like
You
sexually.
kick him in the nuts and beat his ass.
Like, what if he has like clown like tools and he like sprays confetti
Then you
in your
rip
eyes?
his fucking wig off and you hit him in his fucking
The
nose.
wig ain't gonna do
Exactly.
nothing. Why are you gonna take out the wig and it's not gonna have no physical harm to him? You're supposed to fucking.
Well, you
punch
shouldn't be
him or
trying to
something.
fucking scare people then.
Well, fucking. I don't know. Here's the
All
thing.
right, fucking, I got a side story for this just because y'all brought this shit up.
What's up?
All right, me and my girl yesterday or this morning, we were watching this show. This is just like these Spanish novellas, and one of them is about like agoraphobia, which is the fear of clowns.
Mhm.
And the whole episode, there's like, yo, why is this girl afraid? Why is this girl afraid? And she's having these freak out moments. So her boyfriend, like in the last like big freak out moment, he's like, oh, I'm gonna cheer her up. So what he does, he dresses up like Bobo the Clown, basically, and he jumps in the room, and she just goes, "Clown, clown!" and just starts freaking out and trembling by the bed like she's having a fucking seizure.
God damn.
Yo,
See, that would have been an excuse to not only beat up a clown, but also beat up your piece of shit boyfriend.
Yeah. If you
Yeah.
start playing carnival music to me and lock me in a room, I got out of there. I'm beating your ass. Yeah, no, like that legit.
Oh, I
exact
forgot.
fucking-
oh, she just reminded me in the chat right now. There's also her one of her last freakouts is basically her auntie comes in and she has like a shitload of bronzer on her face, and she
no.
starts freaking out and yelling "clown" at her aunt.
Dude, that's why. Oh, by the way, that's why fucking Alan is scared of Gary because he has a clown costume. That's the whole
Yeah.
I'm
point.
not afraid of clowns.
You're afraid of Gary.
Yes.
He's
But I'm not
not.
a clown.
Babe Ocean says he lost his fear of clowns once he turned into one.
Shake my head, fuck my life.
If you can't beat him, join him. So, really quick too. Speaking of can't beat him, I actually really like this idea of this scare scraper. Apparently, they're gonna have a survival mode with you playing with other people in Luigi's mansion, fucking people up constantly. I love that idea. I think there should be more stuff like that for Mario. I think that there should have been like, why don't we have a side-scrolling versus mode for Mario? Like where you gotta like jump. Oh, like back in the day with Mario versus Luigi. Like that should have been another thing where you can do that in the new school games, but they don't have it.
Yeah. I mean, some of the Mario Karts have that. Mario Party is entirely designed for that. Luigi, man, it probably just works more because again, you're trying to deal with, you're trying to beat the shit out of the ghosts. Good, fuck ghosts. We should beat the shit out of every ghost we find. But yeah, you're able to go through levels. It's basically a horde mode.
This motherfucker over here trying to
Speaking
curb
of-
stop though.
Hey, I've been talking shit about ghosts for weeks and no ghosts.
What was that, Jet?
Speaking of Luigi's Mansion again, I just remembered I basically like have to hold my breath whenever I open fucking doors in any fucking video game now because of fucking Luigi's Mansion. How they would put fucking fake doors and shit and just slam on you and you lose fucking money and shit. Like that was some bullshit.
I
Like,
had that
oh, I'm
problem.
gonna go in this room and I'm basically gonna get it's a fake ass fucking door.
Yeah.
I have to shoot dead bodies in every video game ever.
Oh,
because
look
of
right
dead
there. They're bringing it again, Jet, in this new game. Because he just tried to open the door right now, Luigi, and then that shit was like a fucking brick wall. It's like, yikes.
Yeah. No, because that reminds me of fucking Dead Space, where it's like if there's a dead body, it'll probably just jump out and attack you. So every single time in any video game now, if I see a dead body, I'm putting a bullet in it. Like I was doing that a lot of Resident Evil, wasting fucking ammo because I'm not having that shit jump up.
Yeah, no. I don't like doors in games because of Resident Evil with just when it opens, it's like, and there was a trailer, and you guys probably remember this back like when they had PlayStation Magazine demo discs, and Resident Evil 2 was on there before it came out, and it was this devilish fucked up sound, and it wasn't an actual demo, it was just a trailer, but they put that inside the demo, and it was Resident Evil 2, and they have like this horrible thing where zombies are coming out as soon as you open the door, and it doesn't even like let you like walk out and fight against them, like they're walking towards the screen in first person mode, and it was the scariest fucking thing I've ever seen. It still creeps me out to this day. If I watch it like at night and like the sounds of the zombies coming out, and they did zombie groans great back in the fucking early Resident Evil days. That shit freaks me out. So I don't like doors. Like when you even in Doom, like I played Doom 3 and you walk through doors, I'm like, oh fuck, what's on the other side? Like it creeps me the fuck out now because of that.
Elevator sequences now.
Oh yeah, what made you
From every game, Dead Space, Resident Evil,
Bioshock.
Silent Hill.
Oh, Bioshock.
Bioshock technically has an elevator scene. I know it's a bathysphere, but it's damn near run like an elevator. You're just going down into the fucking the sea.
Yeah, man, no, that shit freaks me the fuck out. I also don't like big people like chasing me. Like, I mean, Mr. X didn't really bother me in Resident Evil 2, the new one, but like because of Nemesis, I don't like. And to Alan's point, he brought up Dead Space. There's a character in there where he keeps growing his limbs back, and he doesn't stop coming after you. That is some horrifying shit, dude. Like that was fucking amazing. That's how you do a boss. I don't remember that character's name. I don't know if you do, Alan.
The Regenerator.
Okay, yeah, Regenerator. But that was fucking amazing. Same thing with the Resident Evil 4 character that does it too. Anyways, we're gonna get off on a whole big thing, so I'll shut up. But I love that stuff. See, that's the stuff I like about games, where it's like you go back in memory lane, shit's amazing.
The fucking sounds in The Sims whenever you like someone steals something from your house or you get fired.
Yeah, like don't.
Oh, my favorite still is the fucking intro music for the first Sims.
Wait, holy shit! Wait, why?
Because it's just iconic. It'll always bring you back to the type of game. Because like I know you guys bring up more scary stuff, but like The Sims has a lot more iconic music. Like if I played the fucking marriage song right now for y'all, it would definitely take you back.
No, because I never liked that.
Except you, because you're a hoe.
I like the beginning of Bustin' Out because like the song starts off. Shut the fuck up. I like the beginning of Bustin' Nuts.
I like when that first.
Afterwards, it's not so fun.
Shut the hell up and let him speak.
After that first nut, boy, ooh.
Did I say Bustin' Nut?
No, you said busting out, but God is a fucking child.
I'm a child, bro. I'm a child.
Dumb as shit. No, but the beginning, they had like these characters talk before the song starts, like do, and all of a sudden you just hear the guy go, "Ooga booga, it's a comandante." And it's like my parents watch me play that shit. They're like, "Dude, what the fuck are you watching, bro? Like, what is this?" So, Sims got me like embarrassed many a time, dude. Especially when like I had nothing to look at, I'm bored, and my guy has to go to the bathroom, so I'm watching the dude take a shit, and I'm like, "Good thing I rented this from the store. Thanks, Dad, for the $10 you spent on this fucking thing."
You got to make sure everyone's gone or basically left the room before you do woohoo.
Yeah, no, exactly. You know what's funny is like I didn't even know that woohoo meant sex in the game. Like I was like, oh, what's this option for woohoo? I don't know. I'm gonna just sleep then. But, yeah.
I mean, you're gonna be in a bed.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know, but here's the thing though. A game that's not gonna have any woohoo, except for when Jet freaks the fuck out over this trailer. Animal Crossing has returned for New Horizons. Was that a Velociraptor?
Who knows? Playing as the new Sonya Pokemon trainer.
I gotta tell you though, man. This didn't really impress me. Sorry, Jet. I don't know if you're gonna yell at me.
You should be
It's
sorry.
it's not for everybody. Like most people who actually absolutely love Animal Crossing has been with it ever since its first game.
But does this not look like every single fucking Animal Crossing game you've ever seen ever?
No, this one actually changed it. Like, it's hard to tell, but every Animal Crossing actually is pretty fucking different.
Okay, yeah. Because I mean,
Well,
I do
that,
want to
like-
try this out, but go ahead.
I've never played Animal Crossing. I've had friends and family that played it. Like my sister was a huge fan of it during the Wii days. And one of the things that I noticed, it gets more extravagant as you go on. Like you just like build like a small simple town, and then it just turns into this like huge ass city with like different type of creatures living there. So I'm wondering, with the whole idea of this being like a vacation spot and some shit, if you're actually build like a resort.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. Like in the previous Animal Crossing games, like besides Pocket Camp, because actually the mobile game is what actually introduced us. Basically making your own furniture and shit.
Mhm.
So this one has you make your own furniture and also vaulting across the fucking
The
across
islands.
the fucking
Skywalker and Last Jedi.
river and shit. Like they just said, okay, fuck bridges. We're not doing that shit. You're pole vaulting against that shit.
Yeah.
Also, like before, you weren't able to decorate the outside. You can only either decorate houses, or basically maybe you could give your villager something to basically maybe put it in their house or whatever if they like you enough. If not, they'll just be like, oh, hey, thanks for this. I'll just keep it. I won't actually put it in my house, but yeah, thanks.
Oh, important question. Can you evict people from your area?
So here's the funny thing. Before, like, you were honestly, quotations, couldn't, but you actually could, like, you actually can if you basically are mean to them. Just pull out a
Yay.
fucking bug net and just start hitting them across the head and shit, or basically like put pitfalls all like around their house and shit, and they'll get so fed up that they'll like be like, yeah, I'm out of here.
No, because there's in Smash Bros. The default villager is the red shirt, the brown hair, and I think he's a little bitch. So I just want to like evict him or exile him or kill him if I can in that game.
Damn,
It actually
straight
did
judging.
look really good.
That's your player. Like, if you want to evict someone like that, just have a player that basically looks like him. Just kick him out of your town. Like, oh, you want to look like the character from fucking Smash Brothers? Okay, get out.
Exactly. But actually, the thing is, I actually did really like this. It reminds me of a mix of Stardew Valley and Minecraft. And I like the idea of you just kind of making your area, building your area, making it look good. Because I fucking love builders. Like, that's my favorite thing to fucking do in Minecraft and Ark is just build an area. So if I get to basically build a resort or just make an island look good, I'm like, I hope there's a decent tutorial. And I actually might want to pick this up because I've never played an Animal Crossing. It
Yeah,
looked
Animal-
dreadfully dull.
Animal Crossing is one of the easiest fucking games to get into. Absolutely fucking easy. It's in real time too, so basically you don't have to play it every single day. But basically, you just can just like log into it like every so often and get back and like make your town pretty. Make sure you're picking up weeds and whatever. Go back for certain events going on because it's time based. It's a feel good game basically. Like if you're like this game has helped so many depressed people because it's just like the villagers are always sweet to you. They're like, yeah, like I haven't seen you in a while. You haven't played in some time. Like make sure you come back and say hello. Like you probably have a whole bunch of stuff going on, but you have to realize sometimes you can put the game down and basically we'll still be here, even though that's kind of a lie because they'll move. But still.
And you have all this debt now. Is that guy gives you a fucking 50K?
No,
bill.
here's the thing about Tom Nook that a lot of people don't understand. He's actually one of the sweetest characters in the game, even though he gives you a $50,000 bill. You really don't have to rush to pay that back. He doesn't steal anything out of your house like the fucking dude from fucking Bustin'
Malcolm?
Out.
Yeah, Malcolm will fuck your shit up. He's like, give me my money.
Fucking mob style and break your fucking windows.
You can take years to pay that shit back and there'll be no consequences. What you do get rewarded for like paying that shit off, but
Yeah, let me see really quick. Well, I was typing. I guess I'll just say it now. But Baby Lotion Mob was saying Animal Crossing handles depression, and I will say yes, it does, and I can say from experience, it actually does. But I mean, any kind of pocket pussy will do that for you.
Or Animal Crossing.
Don't say that, goddammit.
As I fucked up saying that joke last week.
Jesus Christ, dude. One thing, I mean, I know we're talking about how great this is, but I do have to somehow paint this a villain just for a minute, and bear with me, Jax. I know you're probably like, oh, fuck you. Don't you do that with my shit. Here's the thing. I feel like this might be a detriment to the current development of Stardew Valley, and the only reason why I say this is because, and I remember we talked about this a while back, where we were talking about how the developer, creator, what's his name, Eric Barone, he left, and I hate this fucking thing. It reminds me of Alex, who he says Chuckle Brothers all the time, but his company, Chucklefish, is the guys who did Stardew Valley. And they're working on a new game, and he literally split from them and said, "No, I'm not fucking working on this new game. Stardew Valley is a shit. People are playing it a lot on Steam. I'm gonna make the sequel. I'm gonna go and split from you guys and do this." Well, now, I mean, that was cool, and that was a big story like a few months ago, whatever, when we talked about it on the show. But now with this coming out, do you think that's kind of like ruining the hype a little bit? Maybe there's a spot, like a piece of that type of gameplay style is going to be used up from this. But Alan, I saw you nod your head or whatever. That's what fucked me up. No, what do you think, man?
Nah, again, everyone keeps thinking, oh man, this one game came out, this other game came out. Well, I guess it might as well just shoot Stardew Valley in the face or shoot Animal Crossing. Like, no, there's room
Overwatch
for
did
both.
that with Battle Bright in the other game, though, too, right?
Yeah, but those games were doomed. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say this straight up. Those games are doomed to fail from the get-go, because again, I don't think they were even that good to fucking begin with. But they were directly competing. Where Stardew Valley came out when I'm pretty sure Animal Crossing was still doing its thing, but it created its fan base that's gonna stick with it. Animal Crossing has had a fan base for fucking ever. So it's like when these games come out, it's like when Stardew Valley releases the next update, everyone that plays Stardew Valley is gonna love it. But people that when Animal Crossing comes out, people are gonna buy it the fuck up. It probably will even be the same fucking people that'll be getting both. I don't really think it's gonna be a detriment to either one of them.
Yeah, because most people who like Stardew Valley also like stuff like Harvest Moon, aka Story of Seasons. Not Harvest Moon. Actually, not Harvest Moon now, because that's bullshit. Story of Seasons, which is technically Harvest Moon, and Animal Crossing. Like, nothing's gonna stop them from playing these games. Like, especially Stardew Valley and like the Story of Seasons game. They have some different things that actually make you go back and play both. Because like different romances that you can do, different stories, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Animal Crossing is just Animal Crossing. Like, there's tons of different villagers and shit that'll basically make you keep going back to Animal Crossing.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I felt like it was Nintendo dropping a big bomb on just their hype for that. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe you guys are right. I mean, I look at this and I'm so like shallow when it comes to this kind of shit. Like I'm looking at this, I'm like, yeah, it's definitely the same. I mean, I can see how someone can argue with me right now, saying like, dude, they're not even slightly the fucking same. But for someone who doesn't play these type of games and I just see them side by side with each other, I'm like, yeah, maybe a little similar. I don't know.
It happens.
Nah, Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing are completely different. Like, Animal Crossing just now put in the whole the building stuff, the path creating, even like path creating like that, the shaking the trees and getting like wood from them. That wasn't a thing before. They literally just put that in.
So here's the thing. I got a picture from Alan's face before E3 and probably during. It's right here. It's this guy completely destroyed, just like, oh god, because he's been wrong for so long about the release of Cyberpunk 2077. Alan, are you gonna admit, yeah, you're wrong now, motherfucker?
No. Not only am I gonna admit I'm wrong, I'm gonna ruthless if he's still in the chat. What did I tell you? I told you this game was not gonna come out in 2019. I told you this game was gonna come out between March and April, because that's when this fucking developer releases their fucking game. That's exactly what I told them. I didn't know if I told them on show or in the after hours or in just private messages when we chill. But I told them this game was gonna come out between March and fucking April, and I was fucking right. And it was just a joke, like. I wanted to play Cyberpunk 2077 because Witcher 3 is a great fucking game. I paid for it twice, once on PS4 and once on PC. So it's a fucking amazing game. So anything these guys do, I'm looking closely at. So when Cyberpunk came out and they showed a bunch of fucking gameplay last year, I was like, okay, I'm fucking hyped for this. This is fucking incredible. And then we're seeing another CGI trailer. I'm like, okay, cool. I just need a release date now or a bit more of a story. And they gave us that. They gave us a story. They gave us a fucking release date, and they gave me Keanu fucking Reeves. Like, yeah. Keanu fucking Reeves. I was like, wait, no, that can't be him. That's his likeness. It goes, let's burn this city down. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, and that was a cool reveal. I like that too. But then I'm going to ask really quick, and this is something that I think we've complained about before. I think it was fine here. But that guy yelling in the audience, you're breathtaking.
You're breathtaking.
Yeah, when it came to something like that and people just screaming, because after that guy did that, I don't know if you noticed, but like 4 other times within the week, someone else was like trying to be that guy. You know,
it happens. Somebody does. It happens all the fucking time. Someone does something that gets some net recognition because everyone wants to be like. Because like Keanu Reeves like, hey, I cherish you. Everyone wants to be that person. It just it happens. You can't really blame the guy. It's like he just really loves Keanu Reeves, and everyone else is like, well, I want to be like that guy. I want to be on national TV, and everyone seeing that I yelled at something. It's just it's copycats, man. It happens.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Like I didn't have an issue with it, but it's like, man, I hope this isn't becoming like a thing. Like I hate to bring in wrestling, but sometimes it happens where once upon a time there was a couple of guys that said a couple of things, and everyone talked about it online. And then like 5 years later, now it's a whole gimmick where every day after WrestleMania, the crowd just hijacks the show. They bring volleyballs and they throw them into the ring and throw them around the crowd, and they chant fucked up chants to the wrestlers like "This is fake, fuck you." Da, da. They even talk shit and they chant for women that are dating popular wrestlers. They'll be like, you slept with Cena or whatever the fuck. Like,
Sure.
it's disrespectful, and I don't want that to happen with E3 because it's already bad when these guys come out here, especially people that are probably not the most charismatic. Like, there's a few developers that are nervous as fuck. Like, hey guys, and they're about to shit their pants.
The thing is, it
crowd,
happens. Like, it actually already happens at E3 all the fucking time. I mean, at least they're not booing them like they did when the Vita got announced.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I hate to say like I want to censor the crowd or I don't like that, but like, do you guys feel like maybe people should shut the fuck up during this, or? I mean,
They should also shower before they show up.
Oh, damn, we coming for him today.
I didn't let that one go.
Wash that ass. Wash that ass.
But yeah, like, I mean, you're absolutely fine for this, Alan. Like, you
No,
don't mind
100%. Let them have fucking fun. I mean, it doesn't always work because I think at Ubisoft, someone tried to do that, and the guy goes, and then goes back to his point. Like, sometimes you can roll with it, sometimes not. But what are you gonna tell the crowd? Hey, don't be excited. Oh, Keanu Reeves, don't be excited. Be bored. I'm like,
Well, I mean,
no, let them have fun. Fuck it.
I mean, at Bethesda, you could be like, "Woo!"
Oh my
woo!
god.
Talk about
That
drinking
guy
the
was
motherfucking
fucking
Kool-Aid.
the worst.
God damn. I watched the end results when Trey started posting gifs, so I was like, okay, let me see this press conference real quick. I'll just go skip through it. People were either lying to themselves and cheering their fucking ass off, or the case of that one dude that was clapping and losing his shit, and his girlfriend clearly was thinking about breaking up with him that day.
No, the fucking Asian lady that was kind of like waking up going, what that's like that fucking thing of like they announced human NPCs. I didn't believe it. I was like, what the fuck does that mean? Because I thought it was like they're creating something human NPCs. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's a feature. Are you high?
But yeah, and then Matt over here saying, Nick, you're overreacting. Nothing is as bad as Raw after Mania. Hell, even that has calmed down. Yeah, it has calmed down a little bit. But I just don't want that to happen. Like, I mean, with comedian sounding comedy, if you heckle, like, you are a heckler, you're a piece of shit, you're a fucking asshole, right? But
Sure.
But it's okay for people to act like that with everything else, and I'm almost like, well, you shouldn't. Like, honestly, that's kind of fucking rude. Like, just because stand-up, like, there's like a whole feel for the joke and tone of the joke, whatever. Like, you should be treated as a heckler when you heckle other forms of media too. You know what I mean?
The difference is heckling is usually like someone saying something negative. Like you said, sometimes the fans are booing, sometimes the fans are saying stupid shit. But like,
Eat my asshole.
Sure. And yeah, the thing with wrestling fans can be
Alan
like
wants
that,
to.
but
He's
it's
like, sure, I'll eat your asshole.
but like again, the guy that yelled "I cherish you" to Keanu Reeves, he wasn't calling him an asshole. It's like he was, you can't act or some stupid shit like that. It's like, no, he was just genuinely showing his love and affection for this person. And it's like, yeah, as long as they're respectful, go ahead, have some fucking fun. Keanu Reeves clearly really enjoyed that because he was like the embodiment of I'm here also, because he was really nervous. You could tell he was nervous on stage because they're like, hey, announce this game that go out. It's like, what? Oh, okay. He was nervous, and it's like, yeah, that kind of calmed him down a little bit because he relaxed after that guy helped him out. Like, that guy probably made him seem a little less stressed afterwards.
Jed, I'm gonna ask you really quick. Did you have the same thoughts I feel, where it's just like, even if it's something nice, maybe people should probably shut the fuck up a little bit, or not?
Nah, that was a pretty nice thing that he did.
Okay, yeah, because I mean, like I said, man, I don't want it to be like wrestling, and I also feel like, there's a tone to every genre when you do anything, especially on an E3 night. That's fucking scary. But mainly, it's just like, yeah, even in music, like I've seen people like just freak out or even go on stage or get close to stage, like, oh, I love you guys.
No, that's fucked up. Don't go on stage, dude.
Yeah, and it's just like, my hands are fucking busy because I'm on my guitar. Like, you know what I mean? Like, a performance is a performance being done in front of you. Do not get involved. Even Double Toasted, I hate to say this, I was kind of hoping not to even say it, but like, when Corey's doing a show and you're all like on the couch, don't be like, oh, by the way, Corey, I got some news thing on my phone. Let me show you something. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Oh, here's my favorite. Ha! Ha!
Oh,
Yeah. Gertz, that's you, motherfucker. Like, I'm sorry.
Gertz is the only thing I'll give it because he's been known there, so it's like he could easily just show up on the fucking show. But yeah, if you're a random fan, yeah, it's fine to laugh, it's fine to throw in. But the only time I would say shout something out if Corey's like if he forgets a name or something, you can shout it's Steve,
Yeah.
like as a help out. But don't try to sit there and be like, oh man, if I yell loud enough, the fucking people in the chat will know who I am. It's like, man, you're up your own ass. If you're trying to help out Corey, I get that, but don't sit there trying to get your name out there because you want to feel special for 2 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and Carlos is one
You're the asshole. Dun, 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 dun.
I think Corey would start throwing shit at the fucking audience if they started fucking chanting that shit.
I think we'll do that anyways.
Corey! Ha!
So don't worry, people. We got 2 more topics to go through. This is gonna be very, very quick because Alan's just gonna yell at me again. But I feel like this was missing something very, very important. It's almost a tradition with E3. Where the fuck was Call of Duty? Where the fuck was it, Alan?
Easy. I don't fucking know. I didn't even notice until you said something. Because I'm sorry, like, okay, Call of Duty's still a popular franchise. People still play. It's still one of the best-selling games of the year every fucking year. But at this point, like, its fan base is gonna buy it whether or not there's even a release date. They'll walk in on November 11th to 15th going, "Here's my money for Call of Duty." It doesn't come out for another month. No. Here's my money. Give me my Call of Duty. Like they already know. Like they know. It's one of the most like successful franchises. It's still the most successful franchise. So it's more of a surprise it's not there. But honestly, there's enough stuff going on that I didn't even fucking notice.
Okay, and Jed, how about you? Like, no, I'm saying like, how about you? She don't give a fuck about Call of Duty, actually. But do you feel like PlayStation's probably gonna show something with that, or do you feel like maybe E3's like, who gives a fuck? Like, it's just everyone's gonna get it, like what Alan said.
Yeah, who gives a shit? Like, we all know what fucking Call of Duty's coming out. You don't need to see it right now. You definitely don't need to see like show it like during the biggest gaming thing of the fucking year. Cause honestly, who gives a shit?
Yeah, I do. God damn it, Ganja, gonna ask you. This is Modern Warfare.
Well, that's you.
You played back in the day. Ganja, you played back in the day with Call of Duty Modern Warfare. The fact that this has the same name, which who knows if it's even gonna be close to the fucking same game, but like, are you hyped for Modern Warfare's resurgence?
I had to say I'm with fucking chat. I don't give a fuck.
God damn it, man! All you motherfuckers are so goddamn
I'm sorry, I haven't cared about. I'm sorry, Modern Warfare 2 broke me. I played Black Ops 1, was okay. Played Black Ops 2, I enjoyed the multiplayer. And I think I played. Oh God, what was the one before?
It's been 12 years. Get over that shit.
I'm sorry. I get over it. Tell them to get over it. They keep trying to recapture it. And honestly, when I fucking played Black Ops 2, I really didn't notice that much of a difference. Honestly, yeah, they added some more tech, and the character's slightly faster or slower depending on whatever moveset you have equipped. But honestly, man, I just got sick of it. Like, and it's like, oh, let me play the campaigns. Campaigns are all right depending on which fucking thing you play, but I don't even care about campaign in a Call of Duty game because I'm playing that for the fucking multiplayer, the biggest selling point in that fucking game. And honestly, I can't fucking stand the multiplayer. I'd rather play other fucking first-person shooter multiplayers.
Well, shit.
I'm sorry, Nick. I tried to give you a base. I tried to be a middle ground of it's popular, people still buy it, but I'm with them. I don't give a flying fuck about Call of Duty.
Okay, well, you know what then, Alan? This is why you're gonna deserve this shit. Here is my favorite part of E3 right here. Right here, right. Duck Hunt. Yeah.
Man,
fuck yeah.
You have no idea. Legit, you have no idea how mad I was. When I saw, like, Banjo-Kazooie the silhouette and it goes to Duck Hunt, I fucking just started losing it. I would have walked out of the room. I was freaking out. And then I was like, okay, man, fuck you, Sakurai. You motherfucker. Oh, they fuck with me so hard. Yeah. I can't believe, because this is a character I've been waiting for 15 fucking years. Because when the original Smash Bros. Came out, 20 fucking years ago, 70s were playing that. No one really knew what it was, but it was a fun ass game. Everyone fucking loved it. The second one comes out, and it goes from 8 people in the first one to like 30 in the fucking second. And everyone's like, who the fuck are half these people? Who the fuck is Lucas? Who the fuck are all these characters that no one's ever fucking heard of? And then people just started loving all these characters. So I'm like, oh, okay, let's get these other mascots in. Let's get all these other characters. And something I was like, well, why not Banjo-Kazooie? Because one of my favorite games of all time, if I were to make a top 10 list of all time, Banjo-Kazooie is on that fucking list. That is one of my favorite fucking games of all time. And I'm like, where is it going to be? Maybe it's going to be in Brawl? Well, that didn't happen. Maybe it's going to be in 4? That still didn't happen. And this goes out to Ruthless, to fucking Patrick Kurtz, to all you motherfuckers that gave me so much shit a couple months ago, pulling out numbers like, well, the units for this movie, and the units for this, and it's not even that iconic, and told me, they rubbed it in my face, that he would never get into fucking Smash, so fuck y'all, he is in Smash, play that fucking banjo out, play that fucking banjo.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, fuck, I'm so happy. That direct was like yesterday. I'm still fucking hyped.
But Jay, I'm gonna ask you, how hyped were you to see Banjo-Kazooie over here in Super Smash Brothers?
I was just hyped to see how excited Alan got.
Alan was busting nuts all throughout the hangout.
And it was it was so fucking funny when it happened, because like we were all watching it separately, and then Alan was so mad during the Nintendo Direct. He was just like, "There's nothing for me here. What's here?" And then I was just like, "Oh shit, he spoke too soon." And then that joke came up with fucking Duck Hunt, and you're just like, "You're so fucking mad."
I just started like incoherently typing shit because I just thought they fucked me. Because did they do that? What was the reveal? King Karool's reveal? Did they do the same fucking
Yeah.
thing but with Dedede?
Yeah.
I do like that. Apparently, when King Karool isn't just fighting Donkey Kong, they're just chilling.
Yeah.
These are roommates.
Yeah, no, that was pretty cool. I like the humor as far as Super Smash Brothers reveals go. I think they're pretty cool. My favorite one was the Animal Crossing one. They're just like, oh, what's this Neo? Holy shit, I'm gonna be in Smash. It's like, holy fuck. But yeah, so here's one dude in here that likes to talk shit about Nintendo. But I could have sworn, Ganja, you actually like Banjo-Kazooie.
I do. It was a fun game, and I was also 5.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you, Mr. Well, I was a kid when I liked that. Man, go to hell.
Hey,
No, if
I
you
was
was a
also
kid,
a
you was
kid
a
that
kid.
beats. I was also a kid that beat Superman 64, and you can't even do it as a grown
God.
man.
Never challenge Ganja to a competition and never let him win.
Actually,
We'll
you
never
should,
let it go.
You should challenge him to a lot of shit, but at the same time, don't expect him to even like nothing's gonna happen if he loses. He's gonna be like, yeah, well, I don't give a fuck.
Oh
Like-
no, he'll be petty as fuck so he won't lose.
But that's the thing is like I hate that he won because if he didn't win, he would not care at all. It's like this is not a dude who gets mad for competition. He literally does not give a fuck. So when he wins, it's like, why did God choose you? You're the one person that doesn't matter if you fucking win. But God chose you to be Superman 64. Like, what the fuck? What am I doing
That
wrong?
was one of my biggest regrets of the entire Untitled video game show. My biggest regret was letting Ganja play Superman 64. I didn't think he could do it.
My
I
favorite
regret
Max was
that
like,
decision.
"Yo, man, you're playing a fucking YouTube video. Don't lie right now."
Yeah,
We
no.
legit thought it because I'm like, no, there's no fucking way. Like, not even mistakes. Like, you were perfect running that shit.
And that game is so fucking hard, dude.
But like when it comes to like I hate to fucking say it, going towards another thing that I like being petty with. Fucking Nintendo kind of won this E3 because they had the best stuff.
yeah, they really did.
It's okay. It's one of those things of best of E3, and I think there's always two ways to look at it. Is what was the most entertaining? Like, what was the one I was sitting down enjoying myself?
Besides
And what
Keanu
had the most
Reeves, you
for me?
lost your shit through the Nintendo one.
I only lost my shit at the end of it because of how much I fucking wanted Banjo and Smash. But honestly, like, as far as like what was there for me, yeah, there wasn't anything there for Nintendo. But so I can't sit there and say they won. I could just sit there and say it wasn't boring. But for me, Xbox won because there was more stuff there for me. Who had the most entertaining press conference? Fucking Devolver Digital. Sorry, they had the most entertaining one. It was funny as fuck. I'm not gonna buy anything from there, but that 30 minutes was amazing.
No, see,
But it was fun to watch though.
Here's the issue that I have with this: is like Nintendo Direct was the best one just because of the fact that it was just easy to watch. But I gotta tell you, as far as like what was effective and what I'm gonna spend my money on, Direct was like, I guess I can buy a couple things from this year, but Super Mario Maker coming out this month, so I'm done. Like
Yeah.
even if I had the money, I'm still done after that. Xbox, I don't care what I gotta do, bro. I'll get 2 more jobs. I have to play like half the shit they showed in the Xbox thing.
That's the thing. Like for me personally, Xbox didn't grab me.
Dude, but like, okay, just on a comparison
Entertainment
level.
value.
Well, comparison value too of like last year you were so terrible. They did this, and it's like they shut everyone's fucking mouth up. People were like, "Man, Xbox, haha, who gives a shit?" EA plays like it's always bad, so who cares? But
Yeah.
Xbox, they just fucking they came with a mission, dude. Like even the presentation within itself was like incredible. Like I gotta tell you, man. Like as far as like effectiveness and like what I'm gonna spend my money on, I think Xbox won. Like they're gonna have all my fucking money because another thing too, this PC thing, this ultimate Game Pass thing, the games are gonna have for it, dude. Like it's almost impossible not to be on the Xbox bandwagon a little bit right now, man. But
Yeah.
Jet, I'm gonna ask you really quick, Jet. Who do you think won? Who do you think won E3?
And Nintendo.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that shit just because
Well, I mean, like Alan said, basically, like Nintendo had more for me. It had the Dragoon game, it had Astral Chain, it had Animal Crossing, two new Smash characters. It had Luigi's Mansion,
which was good. Pokemon stuff.
Yeah, they revealed. They really didn't say much for Pokemon. They revealed the 2 new Pokemon in that Gym Leader, which was honestly great. And then they revealed gameplay afterwards. It still looks very, very good.
Yeah.
Like with Ubisoft and fucking
Oh no.
Ubisoft and Square Enix, one game beginning. With Xbox, they had Borderlands and Cyberpunk, but Cyberpunk basically like their whole thing basically was great because they brought out Keanu Reeves. If they just showed like that cutscene or whatever, I would have just been like, okay, whatever. I'm not getting this. Keanu Reeves? Okay, now I'm gonna get the game.
Yeah.
That Gears of War stuff. no gameplay, and I'm just this whole time where they were showing that like girl off, which is like, damn, this bitch high, like, calm down.
I'm on that shit.
Yeah, that was a weird ass fucking like.
Oh,
What are they even going
No, I guess I see what you're saying. It's just like for me.
Bethesda? No,
That was
Bethesda
horrible.
had some decent games, not including fucking Commander King, which was honest
Fuck that was.
weirdest fucking thing that happened during the fucking press conferences. The absolute weirdest fucking addition. And there are obvious like plants there to laugh, which no one joined in because that's stupid.
Yeah. Got that Doom
Devolver
shit.
Digital was funny and everything like that, but I'm not gonna play any of those games except maybe my friend Pedro. But
Yeah.
they also showed that during Nintendo Direct too. So once again, Nintendo.
Yeah. For me, no. Like even Bethesda too. And we didn't talk enough about Bethesda, and it's gonna be long, so I don't really want to. But
what's that Bethesda we're talking? Doom Eternal. That's about it.
And by the way, y'all desold me. I don't give a fuck about Doom Eternal now. Like,
How did we desell you? I don't even remember hating it that much.
no, I'm not saying you. I'm saying them. Like, Bethesda unsold me. Like, Doom. This whole idea that you're gonna fight God is the dumbest. Like, now you're trying your best to go out of your way to be blasphemous or be like, wow, we're so badass. The devil rules, bro. Fuck religion. It's like, why would you even have that in there? Plus, two, this whole idea of hell and heaven, anyways. Why are you? That doesn't even make any sense. Like, even the first one didn't make any fucking sense. You know
Can't
what I mean?
they just go to Detroit and fight people? That's where the real
Maybe about
evil
the
is.
same amount of griminess, honestly.
Yeah, it'll be then we'll be in hell again. No, but it's just like yeah, and then the gameplay is the same fucking game, and the music is like, look, I like Korn, I like 7-string guitars, 8-string guitars, but it's like explosions. I'm like, oh my god, dude! Like it's like watching that first episode of Punisher. Where they, it's like, hey, he's a white military guy, so he likes rock music, right? It's like, dude, it's like fucking dogs banging on fucking trash cans. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I didn't even like the gameplay of Doom 2016. It didn't really work for me. I felt that whenever you're doing the fucking kill animations, it was an audible clunk between the gameplay and you doing the kill animation. I felt that the weapons were just all right, and I'm just like, I way more enjoyed Wolfenstein 2 to that. I'm like, I'll give it a chance because again, I hated Wolfenstein 1, but I loved the second one, so maybe Doom Eternal will be the Doom I wanted from 2016. But yeah, at this point, it's like whatever. I'll try it out when it comes out, but I have no real hopes. But like, yeah, Bethesda was trash. Bethesda was trash, but it was better than last year, which is a fucking low ass bar.
Really
The
quick
thing is, Bethesda actually had some pretty decent games. They had fucking Wolfenstein, Doom,
Yep.
Ghostwire, shit.
Deathloop.
I'm pretty sure they had something else, but I can't really remember. But it's just like, but the press conference and basically just putting out those people just to basically woo your fucking game, your fucking obviously shitty ass game that you had to put fucking battle royale in and shit.
Eh.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, no. It was, like I said, man, there's a lot of things I feel like could have been better with most of these press conferences, but at the same time, I think that Xbox did the best as far as that goes. But Alan, I'm gonna have you had the last word on this, man, before we get out of here. What won E3?
Honestly, I kind of have to agree with you. For me personally, it was Xbox. I think Xbox had a perfect blend of it was entertaining and it also gave me a lot of what I want to get. Like, yeah, I want to get Borderlands. I mean, Borderlands looks fine, but I've never really been in Borderlands. But yeah, there's a bunch of other stuff. Cyberpunk in itself was enough for me to do interesting stuff. Dying Light 2, they showed a little bit more what was going on. So it's like, that to me was the most. Like, Bethesda was one of the worst, but EA plays there, so it's going to be hard to be worse than EA play. Ubisoft and Square Enix, for me, had the same energy. I think Square Enix ended better than Ubisoft because Ubisoft ended on some stupid bullshit, whereas Square Enix ended on the fucking Avengers. So Square Enix, for me, is a little bit better because it was a little less cringe. But yeah, no, Xbox, it had more for me, and for me, it was entertaining press conference. So for me, it won.
Okay, cool. So here's the thing, though. We're getting the fuck out of here. I know Double Toast is on right now. I know Mr. Reva and 7 is on, which is Chris Herman. I know you guys like that stuff. So just so y'all know, that's kind of like the forecast for tonight's live streaming. I was going to do Contra right now, but as you can see, it'd be very, very divided. And I don't want to, step on anybody else's toes. So with that said, we're getting out of here. Alan, why don't you tell people where to find you for more of your opinions?
Yes, if you wanted to hear me go as fast as humanly possible and break sound records with my mouth, go to oneofus.net, go to Screener Squad. You'll see my name all over the place. Just put in Alan, you'll see all over every sort of a lot of shit's going on. I believe we are working on a Swamp Thing review. It's probably going to be end of the season type thing. We're still working on some of the details, but there's probably a bunch of movies that just came out. I think we just did Chernobyl. We did a season review of that. We also did The Cop, the Gangster, and the Devil. So those should both be up. And I believe Black Mirror season 5. So if you're curious to know what I thought about that in audio format, be sure to check that out.
Oh, Ganja, tell them about
Yo.
the podcast you're on. A little fire burning inside your pee hole, sir.
Well, the little fire burning in my pee hole is the Illuminati podcast, where we talk about all types of culture, politics, and bullshit going on inside the TVs or the newspapers, podcasts, where the fuck you get your information from. It involves me, Alan, and the great Ruthless Wonder. So make sure to check that out on a little fire burning in your pee hole. I also do another show on the Metropolis Network. I'm working on the second episode. It's going to be coming out soon. It's the first history with Ganja. The next episode is going to be about the cannabis history and my critiques of the culture. The first one's out now about May Day and a worker holiday, and of course the communist holidays to teach you guys about socialism. So check that episode out as well.
And then obviously you guys can go check out the video game stuff that I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be going on tomorrow for sure. I might go on tonight. Honestly, like keep your eyes out. I'll make sure to like let everybody know. I'll probably even tag some of you in some of my posts. But I do want to play some Contra. That's gonna be a huge long ass playthrough because apparently there's like 10 fucking games in this thing. I didn't know. I was playing the fuck out of this earlier today. It's goddamn amazing. And
Can you get past the first level?
Yes, I can. By the way, just so you guys know, I'm not lying. It's literally the only reason I'm not doing it right now, and I have it on screen. I'm ready to play, but it's just like, yeah, too many things going on. So I will say this for next time, so you guys are not here sitting on your ass the entire night. But with that said, I'm getting out of here. Make sure to check it out either tonight or tomorrow when I actually do this, and it's gonna be a long stream. So if you guys can help me out, go on there, tell me that fucking Konami code because I cannot remember it. What is it, by the way? Do you guys remember this at all? The Konami code?
What's up?
Hell no.
Isn't it like up, down, down, left, right?
What should
Start?
I know?
Oh, well, literally, it's like all gamers know.
The fuck?
I never had a lot of Konami stuff. I rarely played a lot of Konami games. So as far as a Konami code, and even then with cheat codes, I never really knew them anyway because I never had access to that.
Okay, yeah. Well, I know I probably
I'm just a dumb bitch with bad memory. I can't remember that shit.
Ditto.
Yeah, if this show goes on for 20 more minutes, she'll just forget she was on.
But here's the thing, people. We're getting the fuck out of here. Thank you all very much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Definitely check out our highlight videos too. Anytime you guys leave comments. What happened?
Who the fuck are y'all?
Oh, shut up. If you guys do leave comments on our videos too, by the way, I am going to be showcasing lots of you guys' comments on our highlight videos. So if you guys do that, I definitely will show some love to you guys as well. So with that said, Ganja, it's your job to do the countdown because I always fuck up
3,
numbers.
2, 1.
Attack the damn chat.
But actually, what does it mean to actually attack the chat? Do we actually just hit the chat, or basically do we like assault them? Like,
Nah, that's straight curse
I
talk.
spanked that chat.
No, we have no idea, but tune into our live stream later and we'll explain it.
Yeah, definitely do that. Alan's gay, by the way, in the most nicest way possible.
Banjo is in Smash!
I can't wait to play it against like a beat your ass. I'm gonna, man. You'll
I can't
know
wait
me.
to play that game so you stop being my friend.
Aw, love you, Alan.